Hello and welcome to another one podcast.
We have a Patreon. It's one of the best Patreons in the game.
By best, it's more of us.
Hundreds of hours of content. There's specials on there.
Three
specials. 2 live shows. It's one of the best Patreons around. You won't regret it. Sign up. £3 a month. That's all it fucking is.
I can't promise you it's one of the best or the most valuable, but if you enjoy us,
I think it is.
It's the only way to guarantee this carries on.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
Genuinely.
It's up to you. Would you like this podcast to carry on? If the answer to that question is yes, then why not part with 75p a week by signing up to our Patreon?
Patreon.com/another one podcast. Sign up to it. You don't even have to enjoy the content that's on there.
You don't even have to watch it.
No.
Just
sign up.
75p a week,
yeah,
so that you get your public episode every week, guaranteed. Because if it drops below a certain level, it will stop.
75p a week.
The minute this costs us money again, it's gone.
Yeah, and it's
barely even.
So, please,
for the love of God,
yeah, please. Now it's beyond a joke. Now there's only one podcast that needs the money, and that's ours. We're absolutely brassic, and we've got the most outgoings, like dependents.
Another one.
What's happening, people? Hello.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another one podcast. Welcome back, obviously, because I've been away. Episode 133, the other episode I haven't listened
132 it is.
Can't really. Why?
Because we're not putting the car one out.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Welcome to 132 with me, Simon Wozniak.
Might give it to patrons.
Co-host, brother from another mother, brother in arms, Rob Thomas next to me.
It's happening, people.
And today we're joined by a debutante and hat-trick ball.
What's a hat trick?
3. I think maybe 4, actually.
Maybe 4.
You really don't know what a hat-trick was?
No.
That's Molly McGuinness, by the way.
Yeah.
Molly McGuinness and then debutante, Eminem, Michael Mannion.
What's a debutante? What does that mean?
Wow. These are
Debut.
football
First time,
terms.
Debut,
Right, yeah. No way, you've never done it?
No,
that's
first time.
fun.
I've only just added him on Facebook as well. I accepted it this morning.
Oh, it's a new account.
Yeah, I know it is. But then
Yeah.
I thought you posted something saying that you'd been hacked or something. So I thought, oh, great. Because I'm usually quite good at blocking the black ones. So you go, right, if Love Dev Bar P gets friends with him, I go, he accepts anyone in.
Through experience. Through experience with a blocking them here.
Right. Oh, so it's legit.
It's legit, yeah.
Why have you gone comedy?
It's just too many fucking mad eggs on my personal
Yeah, but
one now.
Yeah,
but they're already there now. I think if
Yeah, but
anything, make a private one.
After a few
Yeah,
years.
I'm just going
Yes.
to bin off that other account. Or just
Have you
start
just been
again.
accepting everyone that added you since you started stand-up?
You
Was
do
it-
do that at the
yeah.
beginning. You do it at the
because you think there's going to
beginning.
be a gig and then there isn't. And you're like, you
Yeah.
fucking rat.
Then it's
Like,
some
how
head
dare
case.
you? And then you get like a little Britain First post and it's like, oh, what have I done?
I stopped about 3 years in, I reckon. I think in a Spiky Mike post saying Spiky Mike was talking about that, going like, why are comedians just accepting everyone's friend request when you don't even know who they are? And then I thought, actually, I'll stop it as well.
But I think when you first start, if you see someone and they've got 80 fella friends, you're like, oh, do I know? You're doing it, and then
You're
you
also doing it
start
'cause you're
clocking
thinking,
on.
Then you
If
start
they post
removing
where
people
they're
you know
gonna be
too
gigging.
much.
Yeah.
I'll learn a new gig.
Yeah, but it's always the maddest people that are adding
Yeah.
you. Like it's never even people that you actually
But
see.
then
It's like, who are these people?
new comics will add you. And you go,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
We've
you
never
probably
met.
are a comic,
Yeah.
but I've never gigged with you. So therefore, I've just got to have a policy of going, I won't accept.
Yeah.
But if I've
Yeah.
gigged with a new comic who's a gig in, I'll accept them because I go, I've met them. But if it's just never met you, it's like, well, who even are you?
Yeah. Do you get this? Like my friends get people adding them just because they'll have some mutual
we're
friends,
men,
because they
though.
probably met Michael or met someone.
Right.
So they might have 10 people that comedians
Yeah.
get, but then they get random open mics adding them, just presuming the comedians
Or that
because
your
they might
friends
Yeah.
being
Like
just
non-comedians.
as in non-comedian, like just my mates, like might know some people, so they've got
so they
some
flicked
mutual
through your
friends.
account, seen one of your friends and gone, yeah.
Well, they think they've gone. They've got like 7,
Are these
10
predominantly
mutual
men
friends.
doing this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
men
yeah,
and
yeah,
they're women. Yeah.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. And it's exactly the type of people you think it is that are
Yeah.
adding them. I'm messaging
And they've got the intentions exactly what you think they are as well.
Yeah.
It's like when you ever get
This is why stereotyping can be good. You go, I know he's not going to be good. I know he's bad news.
Yeah.
I can't even see Michael as well.
Because the way you've got your, I can see mine fine.
You can't.
I can see Molly
You can't?
absolutely fine
Yeah.
and Michael absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You can't.
I can't.
My mic setup was better.
It wasn't.
I'm going to set it up my way next time because I reckon it will be better.
Okay.
You don't know what hat trick is?
No.
You've never
Well, I do now.
Right.
So
what
sorry, so you score 3 goals?
Yeah, it's a hat trick, yeah.
Okay.
it can apply to
So-
other things,
so-
though, can't it? It's
yeah,
not
so-
specifically.
3 wins.
Yeah.
or
Perfect hat
something.
trick is.
One after another?
Right foot, left foot, header.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You've
Yeah,
got that
no,
knowledge
I
now. Pub
would
quiz.
not.
Mannion knew that, didn't
Save
you?
that.
Yeah.
I
Every
did,
week a 5-a-side.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
I did. My dad loved football, so I did pretend to like football till I was like 11, and I went to all the matches. Like when they won the treble, like went and picked
Yeah.
them up.
Right.
So but I was just like
was there.
When
completely
they won the treble.
the United. I don't know. The only one I don't know. That's the only one I know.
Deb-
About.
They
not
both-
knowing
they
what
both done it now,
debutant is
so-
probably a bit more shocking than a hat trick, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
'Cause
that's
that's
not
just a
even
word,
a
isn't it?
football
That's
thing.
just a
but it's
genuine
like
word
an
of
American
first time.
thing, isn't it?
No. It's
Debutante.
an English thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it
You're
was
thinking
like-
of debutante ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
that's
of.
what
Like
I
a
went. I
princess.
was like, are you saying that for me?
Like
Like, I was a bit like, is that
prom.
am I like a
Yeah.
princess? I didn't quite. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'd say if it's a footballing thing, I say, they're making their debut.
Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
heard that in like
Phrase
the
it, I
Princess
just have heard it
Diaries.
commentated.
Yeah, but it depends on how you're saying it.
Because we
doesn't it? Your
pronounce it
tenses.
debut, but you said debutante.
Debutante or debutante? I
So
say
if you
debutante. I
said
reckon.
debutante, we've probably gone with you.
Yeah, and I think debutante is an American, like
It is, yeah.
high school
Yeah,
chick
but that's
flick.
because I'm
Isn't it
appealing
when,
to the
like,
American audience. That's
saying-
where the money's at.
Isn't it like the daddy
Fuck the UK. Sick of these cunts. I've been doing it 10 years here and I've got fucking nowhere. Give me 1 year on the American circuit, a chance, and I'll fucking smash it.
You can just go, you know.
I can't.
Yeah, I suppose.
I would go. I reckon I'd fly in America, mate.
What's the first bit of material you'd open with?
Can't say.
You don't kill Tony. You've had your name pulled out. What are you going with?
I know it's not about bit. I know how I do kill Tony. I'd level it.
What does that mean?
Sorry, I've got a
Level
cough
like
because of the
smash it.
aircon from Turkey.
Oh, right.
Do you know what kill Tony is?
But I know it's a thing. I've heard them talk about on podcasts. Is it like a roast?
No.
No.
So it's like I suppose a little bit. You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's Tony Hinchcliffe. He's got a show.
Yeah.
And he put out.
And is that the Comedy Store in America?
It was at Comedy Store. It's now at Joe Rogan's thing, obviously.
Right.
And he pulls names out of a bucket, and you have a minute to perform.
1 minute.
1 minute. But
You do what? You do 1 minute.
You do 1 minute, and then
but about what?
whatever you want, anything. Just do a minute of
So it
stand
could be
up.
your set. You've already. It's not.
Yeah,
me,
yeah, it
or
could
like
be your
improv.
set.
Right.
But because it's so popular, like if you become a regular on it, like you do loads of minutes sort of thing, like you can end up touring off the back of it.
Oh, so is it kind of more for like a newer comics? Like, could you apply for Kill
Well,
Tony
no, like
if you went to
people in
America?
like 10 years in. Because
But
it's a
why
chance.
would I don't
Because
want
it's
to
a chance to
perform
be
for a
seen,
minute.
innit? Yeah, but if you perform for a minute, you do well, then he gets you back as a regular, and you don't have to get your name pulled out. Then
I can't be
you
asked
can just be
tricking
on it.
around for
Yeah,
a
no,
minute.
and it's also have a hat. So I mean, I'm sure there's regulars that they do have on, but
who
like
are these people?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's what
They've
it
wild.
is.
not got lives.
They
You
just
get all
go and they
the
go
way
on the off
there.
chance.
Yeah, but you've got millions of people watching it. You kill it
is
for
it
a minute.
really? Is it filmed?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
huge,
live
yeah.
and it's filmed.
Right. Okay.
You smash a minute on there, and if they give you the seal of approval, you
Yeah.
could be made man.
Right. So it's
They-
like an ultimate gong show, really.
Yeah.
Like where it's being watched around the
A
world.
little
Probably
bit,
what
yeah,
the
but
X
you're not
Factor
getting
was
gone.
when there wasn't online. If you smashed that, you'd be like, wow.
And how do you know someone's? Obviously, it's like they do well, like just from the getting
The
a
guests, they have like a big comedian guest.
Oh,
who
and
Nick
they'll be like,
Rogan.
I
There's
really
five.
like
There's
that
five of the
guy.
monsters. Tony and like 2 others on, isn't there?
Yeah, Brian Redband's the
Redband
sort
and
of
then
producer
a
thing.
guest. So after your minute, they ask you questions.
What?
And
And
then
do you watch this?
I don't know.
I've seen clips of it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
you say, you know, your little like shower fantasies that you have. Like sometimes I think if I went to Austin and I went like on holiday, sort of thing, go to see a mate.
Yeah.
And I sounded to kill Tony.
Okay,
I
welcome,
think sometimes
Rob
like they
Thomas.
think. I think sometimes like they what would I do for me
Jeez,
minute?
he's big.
But imagine if
So
you
Rob, you over here for
died.
what? Clothes shopping? Go on, sorry.
Yeah, but if you died and you went all the way to Austin to do 1 minute, and
That's the
it
that's the
didn't
beauty
go
of it, though,
well.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
but then you just go back. Maybe it's still not going to cost you gigs over here.
Well,
Is it?
they did a tour a few years ago, and they came to the UK. Like, I think like it must have been like 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a few, but
Did
I
you
can't. I can't. No, I kind of heard like other people were on it, but it was all sold out and everything was booked
Yeah.
up. So, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone did massively well off it. Well, we would have heard of them.
Mile
if we
High
had.
started trying to do it with their
Yeah.
their
Yeah, I
talent
like
show.
the talent show.
Their
That's
talent
good.
show was originally like a Kill Tony thing. You went and done
Right,
stand up
okay,
for a
okay.
minute.
And then it
like,
just got
a
weirder
rip off, and then
and
you
weirder.
just didn't get enough stand ups, and like
But you need to have
Right.
a profile
it was the
beforehand,
same
don't you?
stand ups every week, sort of things. Just got
So
bored.
Yeah.
if Ramesh did it, it'd be huge probably.
Yeah.
But because they were just still not very unknown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same
it's
open-
just
open mics every
basically-
week.
Well, it's actually the grassroots as opposed to like people who
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
5-10 years in who can actually do it really
Yeah,
Well,
well.
that's it. Like I say, Hinchcliffe's
Yeah.
one is people 10 years in sometimes. And it's like,
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why I think
it's
it's dead
mostly
interesting. I
good
wonder, like,
quality
who'd
comics.
smack, like, who'd do what would you do? Because, like you're saying, you couldn't be asked for a minute.
Yeah.
So, like, I always think, oh, what would it do for a minute?
That is hard.
It
They just
intrigues
judge
me.
you just on that.
It intrigues me, like, what you'd do for a minute. Sort
I
of thing.
reckon I could smash it though.
What would you talk about? Even if you don't know the
Can't give
material.
away the secret. It's only a minute. It's a sprint, innit? You can't be telling you what to do and tell you how you'd get in there. But what I'll tell you, what my minute would be.
I think
I reckon they'd let me do 2. I reckon they'd let me do 2. They go, carry on, lad.
Yeah.
Would you
I
do
know
it
what I
like
think I'd do.
introduction it, like something where you're
No, you just gotta-
introducing?
you just gotta go
just
and go,
go
haven't
straight
you?
into like.
Everyone knows you're there for. You just gotta
Yeah.
go. You just gotta
Right,
go and ring
yeah,
me
yeah,
up.
yeah.
You just gotta have a hook, haven't you? You gotta be something weird.
So what's yours?
I think I know what bit I do. I do like me, but one of my best mates to die straight away.
Right, okay.
Gets people on board straight away. Then
Right, yeah,
just
yeah.
come out, say something shocking,
Yeah,
and
deaf.
then just back it up, sort of thing. Then
Yeah, smart.
you gotta get them on board straight
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, you've only got a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can't be saying a little bit about me. you know.
exactly. Yeah, straight
Right,
on.
yeah, of course.
Straight in.
Take your shoes off.
First line. I want one of my best mates to die. That's where I am in life.
I imagine like weird
go.
acts do well in that. Like if
Yeah,
you're a
they
bit of a
do.
weird,
That's the problem.
because it's more like because you're just seeing stand up talking the
Yeah.
same structure. Even if it's good, you get bored.
Weird or dark because it's something different.
Yeah,
straight
you
away.
need to like do something where it's shot. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's been some few episodes where like people do a minute, they do really well, but it's actually they do really well when it's like
Interview.
roasting.
Yeah.
If it pops off on the panel or people disagree, that can be quite a good hit for
The
people.
interview afterwards can be good, sort of thing. You just like
Yeah.
put it on Tony's toes a little bit and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you been going?
No, let's not go there.
Gotta be that public record.
I had a revelation recently about someone that I thought hadn't been going long, that had been going a lot longer than I know.
Gang,
Yeah, and I thought, oh wow, I didn't know that.
2018 February. That's when
Right.
I started.
Was your first
That's
gig?
not too
That
bad.
wasn't my first ever gig. No.
So when was your first?
Yeah,
gig?
here we go, here we go.
when I came out
How
of the
many,
room,
exposed.
how many runs of it have you had?
had 2 runs, two
Right.
attempts.
So you're
Right.
on the 3rd one now.
This is the 3rd run, yeah.
I
yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
I
I
respect
only did
that.
10 gigs every time.
Right.
And it was
Not
always
too
like a
bad.
nice start.
So how old are you,
And then
can
a
I ask?
slow death. Let's
Yeah.
not do that
It's hard to place what is it, your age
I know.
right now.
What do you guess?
Oh,
either.
I'll
You
just-
fucking tell them.
I'm gonna go 30.
Yeah, I started explaining it. I was trying to
Yeah,
explain
because if he
someone.
said no, I'm thinking right.
He's
So I'm
older
not
than
gonna
what you
give him
think.
mid-20s,
Yeah.
and I'd say
I'd
he's-
say 32.
Okay. That's nice.
Right.
Well, I don't know. We were literally
So do
talking
you
in
think
the car.
you think you're as old as I am?
I'm just
How
wearing
old
a
are you?
good poker face right now.
30s.
To be honest with you, what I forgot to say is guard up at all times, protect yourself at all
Yeah,
times on
yeah.
this podcast. So you're doing
Yeah.
well there. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got his guard up.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
come. He's come prepared. I respect that.
I've seen
Yeah.
the clips.
You do, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, he's done some stuff. Yeah. Yeah, make sure that you always guard up. Yeah.
So
because
you're
nothing will
my
be
age
edited.
then?
Not your age.
Well, Molly looked at me as if like when she heard my age, she was like, "Oh, right, okay, yeah, you're the same age."
I didn't say anything.
No, but
I won't give it
you give
away.
me the
Let's
eyes.
leave the age then. Let's leave the age.
No, I like it. I like the age stuff because the problem in comedy.
No, he doesn't want to
is-
say it, and he's got a guard up. You can't get through it.
Let me explain to people, the audience. Then the problem in
Do
comedy
not let him through.
is problem in comedy is that you start and with people, and when you start at the same time, it's sort of like your school year, and you
Yeah, me
forget
and Michael started
that everyone's a
the same
different
school, yeah.
age, sort of thing.
Yeah. And you think you're all the same. Yeah, that's so true.
So you sort of like
So you
Rose,
think everyone's
7 years
younger.
younger than me, sort of thing, and I
Yeah.
like when we were hanging out to start, I'm thinking, no, and then I realise, oh yeah, I'm 23, he's 16 or 18. something.
Yeah, of course.
You have to remind
yeah.
yourself, hold on, I'm an adult here, and these are people just like starting off, or sometimes the other way around.
Yeah,
There's
because I
all
do it with
someone
all
3
newer
kids,
acts.
and you're
I
like,
think they're all like in their 20s.
Yeah.
When you turn out they're similar, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it's like there's something
Yeah.
younger in their eyes as well. Anyway, it's just like
it's because the naivety and excited to start.
yeah.
Because I remember like when I started and being 23, and you gig with someone, and they've got like 2-3 kids, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I thought we were in the same place in life, and we're clearly not. Like,
How old were you when you started?
so I was 23 when I did
Oh, so
my
you were
first gig.
younger. You were young.
Yeah,
when
that's
you
fine.
started.
No one's going
Now,
to be shockingly
now I'd
young
say I
to
was
you.
young, but then I'd have said I was dead old because everyone who'd
Right.
started was like, so Tony, Adam, Lewis Calvert at the time, they were all like 18. So I was like the oldest person.
Wow, yeah.
So the only older people that I gigged with were from outside of Liverpool. Everyone in Liverpool seemed to be the same age.
Yeah, that's interesting because I don't think it was like that when we started at the same age. I think there was people younger, but I think it was I think there was loads of people our age.
I think
Around,
our group.
I'm
Our
younger than
age.
Michael. I'm younger than Michael.
How old are you, Molly?
No, I'm 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mannion's 34. That's it. I got it.
Just don't say anything. He wants to keep it a mystery
He'll
from
be on
her.
LinkedIn. Just check his LinkedIn.
Yeah, I feel like there
Oh
was
my god! So you got a new Facebook page. You got 1998. There we go.
Are you 80s or 90s?
I'm not revealing that. That's such
how
Oh,
old
by the way, what weight were you when you said about the shocking weight?
Don't.
What do you mean?
How big do you think?
Come on, because do you want me to start shaming you every podcast?
Yeah, you do it anyway.
Come on.
but
Yeah, no, I don't. I've stopped with the fat jokes. I've stopped
You
with
literally did a fat joke 30 seconds ago.
What was it?
Oh, while you're over here buying clothes.
Yeah, but that wasn't a fat joke. That was just an impression of what Tony Hinch was.
It's the cultural joke. That
was
was more
what
culture
Tony
than
would
anything else.
say.
It was horrific.
You're not willing to open up.
I'll if you guess.
Guard
I'll
up,
say
though.
it.
Guard up.
What's this? Sorry, you wait.
So
Well, I just want to put it back on it. He's
I put a
pressing
new
Mannion for the
clip.
age,
So I
let's-
went to Benidorm
Yeah.
on Aldi.
Yeah.
Come back. Horrific thing happened to me. I got kicked out of extra leg room because I was too fat for it. Because
No
I
way.
needed the seatbelt extender.
So where did they put you?
So they just had to find me
In the hole.
You couldn't-
Cost him 80 quid as well.
They just had to find me to the seat. So basically, I
the label on
needed a
his
seatbelt extender.
Yeah.
And you can't sit there with a seatbelt extender.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they moved me to somewhere else. So then I released a clip talking about it. As a comic, talked about it on stage, released the clip, and then it was but then since then, because I spoke out on the
You
pod,
went on Instagram and
before I
said-
did the clip, I spoke out on the pod, I was saying, I've got to lose weight now. I can't.
Were they
No.
like shocked? Like they'd never experienced this before?
No, the
Were
woman
they like,
sidled
what
over.
to
The
do?
woman sidled over to me, like she looked at me and gone, "He's not fitting in that belt."
Oh, she didn't.
So I was like,
yeah.
because normally they don't like. As I say this, I don't want to. People have seen the clip. I say in the clip. Normally, you get away with it because you're a fat cunt. No one goes lift your gut up to see if your seatbelt fits. So you just put the seatbelt round you, leave it, and no one ever goes lift your belly button
Yeah,
up
of
there, lad.
course.
They just leave it alone. But like, because I was first on the plane because of that extra leg
Oh, so you
room.
Because
just
they
been
don't
getting
know what
away
kind
with
of
it
fat
all
cunt
the
he is.
time.
So she
He could
just
be an angry one or
she
one
just
that's
sidled
like,
over to me
you
and was
know.
like, "Are you going to fit with that seatbelt?" And I was like, "Are you going to fit with that belt?" And I was like, "No, I need an extender." And then she just she moved me. But like, if you go on my Instagram, watch the clip.
But you didn't.
tells the whole story. but-
You went on Instagram. Told everyone
So,
you
yeah.
weighed yourself, so therefore naturally you piqued everyone's interest.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now to not divulge it seems a
No,
bit.
I said I'll tell it. Like, but like,
You don't have to.
how big do you? Go on. It was horrific. So I
know what
think
you
it was
said. You
horrifically
floating
big.
around that.
Yeah, so you know I used to float around about 23.
Yeah.
So how big do you think I've gone over?
Stone? Is it stone?
Yeah. So I used to float around at
kilograms.
23 stone, and I'm now heavier than that. Like, not
Right.
nice.
I just need to apologise about my cough. I've got a cough from the turkey air conditioning, so every 5 minutes I'll be coughing, so I do apologise about that. But anyway, all right then, if it's going to be here, I'm going to say 25 and a half.
More.
Yeah, 26.
26.10.
2610.
So you were tipping 27?
So almost 27. Horrific, isn't it?
You don't look like
You're
that.
dying to laugh.
No, I'm not.
I know you are. He goes,
You don't look
just
27.
laugh. Well, that's the problem. That's why I get to this size.
Yeah.
Because I don't
You're only
look.
laughing as you're speaking.
that you put 4 stone on
I know. It's horrible. I can tell.
Like, how much bigger? What have you got? Like 34 stone, and for me to go, he's looking a bit big now.
So how long have you put 4 stone on? When was this?
So
In
what-
3 days.
No, I used to always float around about 23.
Yeah.
I think I need to lose weight, and then I've noticed, like recently, that I'm just bigger bigger
Yeah.
than like things that happen. I'm like, I've never felt uncomfortable doing this, or even stuff like I'm noticing
Right.
fat in places where I'm like, that is too fat. I'm noticing fat in places I
Your
shouldn't be.
elbow brushes it, and you
Yeah,
think,
just
what?
like the back of my head's massive fucking pubis area, like underneath my arms. I'm like, why can't I close my arms? I'm too fat.
But the
to
clothes
close
been,
my
the
arms.
clothes been
It's like,
stretching with you.
it must have been like the
Have
clothes
they,
haven't been too bad, but then like so then the seatbelt thing
It's
happens.
amazing. Like, have you been wearing the same clothes?
You probably
Over
been
them
wearing
4
baggy
stone.
clothes. so,
Probably,
yeah.
but like
There's
buy
a
a
lot,
new one,
right.
like the odd t-shirt, stuff like
Lot of stretch.
you buy a t-shirt one size up, but only buy one. And then so you haven't changed your whole wardrobe, but then the next thing is you're wearing that one t-shirt 5 times.
Yeah,
a week.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. You're not wearing. You think.
Yeah, you
but
think
it's
you're wearing
that
all the
one
same
big
clothes,
one.
but
It's
yeah.
the big stuff. You still. Yeah,
So
yeah.
like stuff like that's like, and get away with being bigger because people don't, like you say, you don't notice I'm getting bigger because I've got big shoulders and I'm big already. People don't really realise you're getting that big. I just notice things happening in my body and I'm like, oh, so yeah. And then the seatbelt thing happened and I was like, I've got to change it now. So yeah, and then I weighed myself. I was like, oh
Might go
my
back
God.
on the clips then, see
That's
how
horrific.
thin you were.
That's horrific. You can though. I look back at one of our old clips. It's like,
Oh,
oh my
I'm the
God,
same,
I'm
yeah.
that forced.
I've-
Like,
I've-
yeah, but you can tell with you though.
I know, I'm up and down,
Because
mate.
we started this just after the pandemic when you were
Yeah.
in your best shape.
Yeah,
And now you're back to being a fat cunt. And like,
Mackies, man.
I like when after the coma, I lost loads of weight. I was looking great.
yeah.
You just lose all that muscle. Like I was like
That's the problem, you're losing loads of
skinny and
muscle.
gone. It was great, and it's all like catching up now.
Yes.
Now I'm getting like normal. It's the weight is.
Yeah.
I did. That was the one perk of it, being
Yeah.
like a little bit.
We look at Freddie. Freddie come out of it and like that must have been
Yeah,
gutting that
that's
happened. Like I'd have been fuming at you if I was Freddie. Like you can't have nothing, can he?
Yeah. That is
Almost
true. I was-
dies, and
I
then
think I
Molly
was
almost dies.
worse.
Like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was going to ride out on that for a bit. Now both are going to be doing Edinburgh shows about being sick.
Yeah, I could have overdone it with the
Yeah.
coma and everything.
When was that? How long ago?
I've had a month of the
Mid December. I think it was 11th of December. I went in a coma.
So what happened then? You just
I got it's dead bad. I had tonsillitis.
yeah.
Just woke up one morning like really sore throat and that. I went to work because I remember I went out for a drink the night before and I had work at 7 a.m. and I saw people from work and they were like, "You're not going to be in tomorrow," and I was like, "Yeah, well."
Yeah.
Woke up like dead hungover and this dead sore throat and I was like, "But I've got to go to work because I've seen them now." So like I went in. It was when I was doing the beans. I was like actually serving beans in the morning, and I was like, I don't feel right. About 10 o'clock, I was like, I need to go. So at least to show my
She
face.
had like a sore throat or something.
Dead sore throat, like weak. Went doctors that day, said, "Oh, your tonsils are swollen, you got tonsillitis. Give me antibiotics."
Just
And
because of
then-
a throat, you went to the doctor.
Yeah, but it was like real. Have you had tonsillitis before?
Not really.
Yeah,
no,
it's
no.
like really.
wouldn't
It's not
know.
like just a sore throat. It
Right,
is
okay.
like horrible. Like I knew something was wrong.
I love the way you have to go. She almost died.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
You're the doctor's, you soft cow.
I just don't know how to get. I don't know how to go there.
No, I
a
know
great
what you
result.
mean.
It's too overwhelmed.
Nah.
I want to go to the dentist and I can't. I'm too overwhelmed.
Oh, I went to the dentist. That was another horrible thing.
Let's talk about Molly's coma
but
before we
I
get
am
into
like
your
that.
mouth.
I'm not dramatic. I don't just go for any old thing. I did, I
Okay, right.
usually
No, I'm not
avoid
disputing it. I'm just saying
No,
I'm
yeah.
impressed that you managed to go. 'Cause
No,
I
it
just hear
is.
people say you can't get an appointment, so I never bother.
Yeah, no. I knew it was bad. That's why I did it because I wasn't normal.
Right.
But I knew something wrong. And they said tonsillitis and they give me antibiotics, and it just was getting dead worse. Like after day. I went to
Yeah.
A&E 3 times, and it wasn't till the 3rd time they were like, "Oh, I think she's like actually." So it basically the antibiotics turned into like an infection and got into like blood. I got a blood clot in my neck just from this mad infection, and then blood poisoning started attacking my body and it attacked my lungs. So I got sepsis. My lung collapsed. I got pneumonia. I was like so ill. I was just like dying.
So when
they had
did
to put
that
me in a
happen? When did
coma.
that all happen?
It all happened in a week. I knew I was ill, but it was like nobody was taking me seriously.
Were you at home or did you?
I remember I was so ill. I had my pajamas on, a dressing gown, my big coat, 2 duvets, shivering cold. And I was like, I'd already been sent back from A&E. They were like, "You've just got tonsillitis." Like, and I was like, there's something like really bad. It was sepsis.
How did you get to the hospital when you were? Did you take yourself or was it an ambulance
Dan
job?
in and took me. We went in the taxi. He took me the last time.
And then you were in there, and then that's when they went, "Oh, actually, she's fucked."
Yeah, but I like I was in, you know, when you're in A&E and I was waiting hours and hours again, I knew like something was hurting or here. In the point where I was going, oh, like I'm in pain. And
Shout out Dan Tiernan, by the way.
yeah, good
Too
dag.
big for this podcast. I love you now.
And,
What?
MVP of this crisis.
and I was like crying in pain, and then someone went, "Shut up." And then that's basically the last thing I remember. I think I like went fully delirious. They put me in a ward. Even then, like they were like didn't clock on. Like it was sepsis. It took ages. But I basically the reason I got sepsis is I got this thing called Lemierre syndrome. It's dead rare. It's 1 in a million chance you get it, and it happens to young and healthy people, which is a compliment.
Yeah.
Like
Nice one.
That's what I told
1 in a million young and healthy.
It's like when you tell the kids he gets nits. It only goes clean.
Yeah, you're really special. Yeah.
What, 1 in a million?
1 in a million chance you get. It's also a pre-World War disease. Like no one gets it anymore. When you Google it, it comes up as the forgotten disease.
So how do you get it?
We got rid of it after antibiotics were a thing.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it's not because I take too much antibiotics. It's to do with like general, like we generally all
so
take.
your body's just useless at fighting anything.
No, it's not. It's not like
Even
I
diseases
fucked
from
up.
300 years ago.
Your insecurities there. I don't take too many antibiotics.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's something about like antibiotic resistance or something. So now it's slightly getting more popular. Like more people are getting it.
The forgotten disease
The
is coming
forgotten
back.
It's on the comeback,
yeah. Yeah, mad. But
So you had that.
yeah, so then they asked me if I don't remember this, but apparently they asked me, "Are you okay with us putting you in a coma?" And I don't remember this, but I was like, I was seeing shit because you start going delirious when you're like that ill. Like, I thought like people were walking and I was on another planet. But apparently, what I said was, I said yeah. But I said, don't ring my mum and dad though. Don't bother them because it's late at night and don't want to bother them. And when I heard that, I thought, what the fuck am I on about? Like, tell everyone. Like, what am I
Bought me the GoFundMe now. Update me Facebook, will you? Check me in the hospital. Get some photos of me.
I was like, spread the word, will you? Just before I went in.
Go on Instagram Live. What's the put me under?
She's got that forgotten disease. I'm 1 in a million. Couldn't pay the rent.
The forgotten mole. Oh.
So they didn't. Did they tell your mum and dad then or not?
Yeah, they did. They just went, yeah, okay, and then ran my mum straight away.
Right.
Yes, I was in a coma. Couldn't wake up from a coma. I was only meant to be in it for 48 hours, but my oxygen levels were just so low. Like I couldn't breathe without the life support or anything. Just gone. So they kept trying loads of different things. They said to my mum, like, it's just up to her now. They said, we've thrown everything but the kitchen sink. So they said to my mum, which is mad. But eventually...
Get the kitchen sink, then you're not bad.
Yeah, innit? Well, they did eventually. They gave me a tracheostomy, which they put a hole in your throat. I don't know if you've ever seen them do it on EastEnders.
No, but I've been in a pub with people who've had it and then golly, that when they talk.
Yeah, they have, like Val Kilmer. I thought that. I don't have to have that. But
You sound like a machine. It's great.
Yeah. So they cut a hole in your throat and like so you can breathe through your. It just sorts your airwaves out basically. That saved my life. Once they did that, I woke up and everything went better then. I mean, it took ages. Like I couldn't walk or anything. Like you have to.
So did you go into coma just feeling weak?
I was
not
like
feeling sick anymore.
No, I was like delirious for 2 days. Like I thought the nurses were trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I saw like cowboys. I was floating.
They probably were.
Yeah, sick of them, it's bitch. I was like pinching them and everything, which is horrible because they save your life and then you wake up and you're like and I was like trying to pull, because I had this thing in my neck.
Yeah.
I didn't know what's going on. I was going, I'm going to take it out. And they were like, don't do it.
Because you just got wired. You don't know
Yeah, because I thought I was like being
language.
tortured. I thought I was tied up and tortured. Like I had no idea what was going on. I came to on Christmas Day. That was when I realised what was happening. Which is like a bit of a shit Christmas, isn't it? You're just like, what am I doing in here? But I couldn't speak because I had this. So I was like completely
So how
mute.
long were you in a coma for?
I was in a coma for 9 days. I was in intensive care for a month.
Fucking hell.
Mental. It was
9-day coma. How did they put you in a coma?
I don't know really.
Drug induced.
I don't
It's just like a
really-
club, just whack you
Just
straight over the
swat you
head.
over
Yeah.
the head.
I actually don't. I don't know because I don't remember. Like I think they must. I don't know.
Anaesthetising and then
I
just
assume
keep
so.
you
Like
monitoring.
massage, you know.
Anaesthetise.
It's
Oh,
like
and
to stop
anaesthetic,
it
yeah.
going to your brain. Like, 'cause it was as I was going delirious, it's all starting going to my brain and stuff like that. So,
So
Right.
just shut
if
your
I
body
didn't-
down,
yeah,
and
basically.
then but keeps your heart.
Oh,
yeah,
I-
yeah.
I
It's
thought
like
the whole
you-
point-
everything stops.
Yeah, I
so-
thought the whole point of coma was to just like you basically body goes into I'm just doing the basics now,
Yeah.
and then all your energy can be used to fight the
that's
disease.
why this is really interesting because they say that you shouldn't really be dreaming or anything because everything's like switched off. So, but lots of people have like experiences during a coma.
Did you?
I think so. It's like it's quite complicated because I had all these like mad like dreams, right?
But how do you know? Not to like tell you you're wrong, but how do you know when you're in a coma and not on the 2 days? You were
Yeah.
delirious?
No, this is
'Cause
exactly.
you probably
I
lose
actually
time, don't you?
I can't work it out. I think that some of them because I can't work it out basically
Yeah.
because some of the things that in the delirium, like I felt like I was in a bed still,
Yeah,
but I was like in a completely different. Like I was in this like hell basically. I thought all these bad things
Yeah.
were happening to me, and it was like reality, but it was still like I was kind of aware, like it was a nurse, but an evil nurse or
Yeah.
whatever. But the dream ones were like completely like I'm walking around, like lots of things are happening. So I can't, but they don't feel like dreams. They feel real. I was convinced they were real. Like went up for weeks on end. Like I thought these things happened. So I can't work out if they were just like my brain in the coma. But they were like all like I was convinced like a cowboy came and tried to saw my legs off, and I was getting my legs sewn off, and everyone was like, "It's okay." But he was like a Burger King mascot. And like, I couldn't speak because this thing, but I was really like trying to explain this to the doctors. I was like, the cowboy, and then I remember him saying something like. Sometimes when this happens, you can be after what you've been gone through and the medication, you feel like you're a bit delirious and what you think's happening isn't actually happening. And I was so fucking fuming. Do you like when you're in a film when you like in a horror film, you see something, everyone tells you you're crazy, but you're like it happened. Like I was so convinced this shit happened, and it was like kicking off, like like throwing
So
stuff.
this after you come out of the coma, you in ICU just being a
Losing my
fucking
shit, like
nightmare.
complete. It's gonna be a complete nightmare. Yeah,
And you
just
remember that?
constantly. Not all of it. At first,
Right.
I don't, but then I do little bits. It's more like people telling me, like I thought they were like trying to kill me and that. So like I'm like trying to like survive, and then after when people tell you, you're like, right, I see. I was trying to bite them. I was.
Do they film any of this?
No,
So you go, look what you did.
Well, another guy, apparently, they don't give you your phone until you start being a bit more
Oh yeah, 'cause you
normal.
get some shit
because
with that, can't you?
it's
Go
very-
on,
yeah, it's like, what
go
the
on
fuck
IG
would it-
Live after
Yeah,
that.
but he told me another guy rang 999 and said, "Oh, the nurses are throwing acid at me. They're trying to kill me," and like they came to the hospital. So like it's a common thing. We all think we're getting killed and tortured and that. It's just part of the.
So you released on Christmas Day.
Yeah, not really. I just like that's the first day I remember, and that
Right,
was kind of one of them days where when it's like waking up after like a beer fair almost.
So you just had you just were in there for like 2 weeks going mental, and you'd have no idea about that 2 weeks, even though you were waiting for
I
it and
still
everything.
don't really understand.
Sounds decent.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
Sounds
mad.
That's like a little break, you know.
But you do start. It is like that beer fair thing where you start going like. I don't think that happened. Or you start seeing. I saw like all the nurses would come up to me and be like, "Hello, do you remember me?" And I'd be like, and then I think, I feel like I remember a distorted version
Well, they're
of this
cunts because
woman.
they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be
Yeah, but
coming
they
and
might
going.
be told to
Hey,
do.
do you remember me?
Yeah, but they
should
might
have-
be told to do that. To
No,
see
they need to have
how
some
badly
respect and be
she's-
like, you're okay. And then if she doesn't remember, you're like,
Yeah, but
great,
it's like a
she's normal,
driving
man.
instructor to speak to you for like 1 minute during the exam and see if you can drive
Yeah,
whilst
but now in
chatting.
her head, she's like, oh shit, what have I done to her?
Well, no,
Like,
I was
imagine, like,
Yeah, and
imagine
if
the
they
fear
go, oh, I
you'd
do
have.
remember that, and they go, good,
She's saying
she's
she's
meant
pinching
to.
and biting them. Imagine the fear you'd have.
Yeah, but
Some
they're
young
just
nurse
test-
walks in going, do you remember me? And you're like, oh,
Yeah,
no.
but you might
Yeah.
they're just testing
No,
if,
like-
if
I
brain's
think
fucked
it
or
is
not.
a test, because
Yeah.
I'm such a people pleaser. Every time I went, yeah, and then most of the time, I had no idea
Right.
who they were.
Yeah.
And then after I thought, it's actually weird I said yeah, because now I'm
Yeah.
like admitting that I remember biting and pinching
Yeah.
them.
Right, yeah,
actually, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember them. I should have said no.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like,
Could
yeah,
catch a
I
case
meant
for this
to do
now.
that.
Yeah.
So then, when's the full, like, when did you feel fully sound?
I don't think I felt. I think I got out of intensive care like mid January. I got out of hospital like mid January, I think. I don't know. It was weird. I think even when I got out of hospital, some of that delirious stuff, I couldn't work out my timeline because it's such a mad thing to go through. And also, my body was like I couldn't move. I was in a lot of pain because I had a drain attached to my here that was going into my lungs, and they couldn't detach me from this because there was like part of like my lung in it and stuff, and they didn't know whether it was dangerous or not to unattach me. And I was so ill that I just I had to wait until I got stronger, and then I had to go to a lung specialist in Wythenshawe. And it turned out it was fine. But because of this, they could detach me. But because of this thing, it really, really hurt. And it was like the worst. I can't explain the pain of it. Like, I was constantly on morphine and feeling the pain. And I couldn't move my body. But like, I had a catheter in. You have to like shit the bed because you can't move. They turn you around and like wipe your ass and that. They wash you.
Oh,
it's mad. Like, but it's your brain.
This is starting to sound better and better for you guys, isn't it? Simon's like dreaming of it.
I'm about 3 stone away from that happening already anyway.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, once I started getting my independence back and that, they were like...
So are you aware that's happening? So when they're
like... Yeah. This is just my... And I couldn't
So you're sitting there now, thinking, I'm shitting myself here.
Yeah, and it was my... At first, it was all... It's like what you imagine. But eventually...
What's it like, shitting in a bag?
You don't shit in a bag, you just shit on a pad. And then you ring a buzzer. And then the nurse comes and you're like...
eating?
You have a feeding tube. Couldn't eat because of all this.
Are you in control of your bowel at all, or is it just...
No, and because of that, you've got...
So you don't know what's coming, it just happens.
It's not like... It's like ill poo. Yeah. It's bad.
So you're just a fucking...
It's bad. But in your head, you're
but then
like...
being like normal.
So you're not even eating. You're just getting
phone.
food put in and then shitting it out. And like,
but then I'm just like on Instagram on my phone, like, ooh, but like still posting memes and that, and people are like, oh, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm
Posting memes like you're shitting.
But you can't wipe your ass.
Couldn't.
But you can go on Instagram and scroll through.
It took me days to get used to. I needed my phone. I needed some normalcy. So by the time they give it, because it's nothing to do, and like I was messaging people for a few days, mad things. I don't know if I sent you like messages that weren't really making sense because I couldn't really.
Yeah, they weren't the most ornate pieces of writing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Were they in context
did you
of anything?
reply?
What's
Can't
that?
remember.
Were they in context of anything?
Double tap.
Or just
move on.
complete
I
gibberish?
think so. I messaged my flatmate and I was like, the bins need taking out, and they were like, don't. They were like, don't you? And they were like, since when do you care about the bins?
Before a
And
bin's
it's like-
You know, it depends on your life, love.
Yeah, I put, could you take the bins out? I'm having a bit of a difficult time at the moment. And they were like, yeah, we know. We're like, don't worry about the bins.
Just going through a tough period, you get the bins out for me.
But like, yeah, I realised like looking back, I was still like not. It did take kind of a while for me to be like with it.
Yeah.
But also, they give you that medication so you're quite chilled out because it's such a scary, traumatic thing. You're kind of like, you're still like kind of buzzing about like little stuff. Like, it was more like when my friends would come in and they're like, fucking hell, like looking at me, and I'm like, you're right. Been reading this book, like going on, like I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there was like, so the medication's great. It keeps you going. If anything, I got a lot more scared after, like when they started wearing off when I was at home. Like I started taking it all in. I think that
it hits you
you
then.
start being like, oh, that was mad. Like
Is there any? Do you need therapy about it or not?
I've just started therapy now.
Do you think that's cause of it or?
Yeah,
do you think
because
it's just a general?
I think I'm gonna have PTSD from it, so I
Do you
need to
reckon?
nip it in the bud. Yeah, because it's just like it was just such a surreal thing, and I think my health is good now. Like you know, like I just found out that my lungs are completely healed, like a healthy person's, which is mad. Like they can just be like complete. They showed me. I went the other day. They showed me the one before, and it was completely collapsed. It's like smoke and stuff, and you can see the tracheostomy up my throat. And then they showed me this new one, and they look like completely like healthy lungs, and also my boobs look great in it, like better than they've ever looked. So it was actually like the best picture ever. Yeah, you can see like the outline of my tits, and they look better than ever.
Did you ask them about that and go, guys, these look better? Oh, just when we were there, we thought, why not?
Can I have that for the first try?
They didn't look good in the other one. On the angle, I had a double chin and everything, and I
Give
was
us
like,
something to be cheerful about.
On the
when you're
X-ray,
Rachel.
you're doing that.
Yeah.
Is that the pose for
I'm
the
like,
X-ray?
I'm like this on the on the first X-ray.
Like
You
this?
sit up like that, so I'm probably in a good. The other one,
Maybe
I think I'm in a
posture.
coma or like that,
right,
so it
okay,
looks
I
like a
see.
bit
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I was like, oh my god, I look good in every
and
way.
the tits have stayed perfect and that
Yeah,
now.
this is what I mean. The X-ray I had the other day. That was like,
Yeah.
your lungs look great. My tits also look great. So I was like, double whammy. I feel great.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is.
A whole new glow up. Your tits, new.
Yeah, is there any
new
illnesses you can
lungs.
have that do that with you, Willie?
Everyone's there.
And you got a
Yeah.
taxi cubus in
Licking
there,
Petri dishes.
thighs are collapsed, but my cock is fantastic.
Oh well.
What do you think? Yeah. So when you come out of it, do you like, you're saying you lose weight? You're just thinking, I'm just gonna be normal again now, or do you think? Do you think I'm gonna try and keep this weight off me?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because sometimes I fantasize about being sick and losing 6
Yeah,
stone.
well, this is-
I'll just come out of it and keep it off me then. Like,
Yeah,
like-
because everyone was going, "Oh, you look so thin." And I looked. To be fair, I did look ill because I lost muscle. So
That's
like,
the problem,
I didn't look like you could tell my skin was like I did look poor.
Your joints
Yeah.
are creaking and everything.
Yeah, and also on a side note of this, I went to a psychic like 2 weeks after I
Course
went
you did.
out. of
Anyway,
hospital.
Mannion, so
No, I went to because my mum loves a psychic. I was like, right, we'll go to a
You
psychic.
love a, no,
I
stop
love
blaming
Yeah,
your mum.
don't- yeah.
You've been on this pod 4
I do
times.
love a psychic.
Every time you've been to see a psychic, it's not for your mum. You love
a
it.
pub as well.
Yeah, it was in a pub.
Or a
Yeah.
Blackburn beer, yeah.
It was at a pub, and we went in, and like I had all these marks from when they were taking my blood. I had
And
this
she was like, have you been
bandage
sick
on.
recently?
No, she
Oh my
went.
God, how'd you know that?
She actually went, "Oh, you love exercise, don't you? You just love it." And I was like, "You're shit." Like anybody could look at me, and I look like
Yeah.
death. Like
Yeah.
I knew that I didn't look right. But like I was like, "You're actually bad." So now I'm not into psychics.
Oh,
you
really?
Yeah, she
finally-
ruined it for me.
You ever been to a psychic?
No.
You wouldn't buy into that shit, would you?
I think it'd be
Well, you've
interesting.
never been to one.
No, I've had like a tarot card reading.
I've
Yeah,
never
that's
done
one.
that.
Well, no, my girlfriend did it. And My
Right.
ex-girlfriend did it. And yeah, no. We were doing a lot of coke. It was the next thing to do.
You went to coke, yeah?
Oh, I was.
Full of surprises.
Not
I know you
now.
don't.
Yeah, well,
I've
it's-
heard of his wild youth.
It's rife. It's rife.
It's wild youth. How old are you?
805.
It's like Dracula.
How are you finding your third run of stand-up?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
enjoying
that
Third
one?
time's a charm. Say again.
What do you do for your 40th?
I don't know what I'm going to do for my 40th. What
It's
do you do for
40th
yours?
one, isn't it?
Going to Nashville, I think.
Going to Nashville.
Wow.
Ah,
I think
beautiful.
so.
That's cool, but I wonder why.
I'm really into country music and like American shit. So,
Yeah, I'd love
yeah.
to go to Nashville. That would be
Yeah.
good. Have you never been before?
No.
No. Have you been to America?
I've been to America, but I want to go with the lads. I want to go to like Nashville with like a lads holiday.
Nashville, Texas, yeah?
No, Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Ah, okay. So it's near New Orleans.
Not
Nashville.
miles away.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's the home of country music. Dolly
Yeah.
Parton lands by there. Dolly lands by there.
Yeah, that would be
And like Memphis is
sick.
by there. And
Right.
like I say, it's the home. It's the home.
Dollywood. is it
Rose home,
called?
innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Ro loves it.
Ro loves it as well, but he's into country music as well, isn't he?
Wait, can
I just really
ask-
want to see
when-
girls in cowboy boots and Daisy Dukes.
I mean, I'm
Is
into
this a
country
new
music, but
thing?
I'm not asked about going.
country's coming back.
Yeah, what? How come I keep hearing of just like grown men loving country?
I mean, I've always
suddenly?
loved it, so I'm a bit like, you know.
It's all just like men.
country's
like,
on a comeback, yeah.
But where have you?
It's
all
never
sud-
been
when
away
did
from
it
me.
come-
Like, and I've always loved
always in
country,
there.
Irish folk, country, opera, love it all. Beauty and the Beast, Disney, everything.
You loved
I
it
just don't
first.
shout about it. I just enjoy it and get on with me life.
What was the boom? Why?
Well, I don't know,
where's
Same
it
with the
from?
kids.
it's secular, isn't it? Sort of
I feel
thing,
like
so-
this happened whilst
Yeah.
I was in the coma.
Well, it's like
Just
secular, so like
suddenly-
hip hop sort of at its time, and everyone's bored of that now.
Right.
So like, what's the opposite of that?
Well,
country?
I'm into drill as
But
well.
like,
Is it like Christian country?
no, well, you can get Christian country. They are all weirdly Christians.
Yeah, because that's what I
But
mean.
like-
Is that not a bit corny?
So like, Luke Combs is he's probably one of the start off. Like Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, I
sent,
think
like,
I've seen this Luke Combs.
they were both probably the old like the start of it all, but there's loads of really new young ones and quite poppy and stuff.
Right, I do like
But
country.
Taylor
I was
Swift
just
started
wondering
country
where
as well,
this.
sort of thing. So like,
That's probably.
and then so they're all leaning towards.
Is it
like,
actually mainstream now? Would you
Quite,
say?
It is
in
quite
the UK?
mainstream now. Well, like I went to see Tower
It
Childers 2 months ago, and he's massive in America. It's just getting big over here, and he sold out the Apollo. So it's like, it's doing all right.
But it's not stuff like Willie Nelson and that. Is that not? It's
Willie
like
Nelson's country, yeah.
No, but is it like what people like is like new country?
It's so that's what it's called.
It's like
So there's new country
it's
and
not
old
like,
country.
yeah.
So old country's like Willie Nelson wrote, like, and the new country's very much, it's all romantic and stuff like that. And the songs are more about partners and ex.
But this is what I mean. It's not like
Whereas, like,
it's
old
not
country's
cool.
like about being your
Like the
dog and you-
premises aren't cool. So you're saying from hip hop, which have like a cooler premise, to suddenly like, oh, I'm in love. Let me show you. How
Yeah,
much
but then people are
that's
bored of
such
like
a
pretend to be gangsters. Like, like everyone knows now you're not a gangster.
Yeah.
Stop talking about
So they've
selling
got
drugs.
Well,
Now
I know
it's about
gangsters. I like
Christian.
drill music, so like I'm into drill now.
What's that?
Drill,
Drill's
it's
like-
where you go and shoot people
Drill's
from
like
different
10 years
neighborhoods.
old now.
Yeah, I know
Right.
it is, but like it's still there's
that
still
sounds
things going on
cool.
in the drill scene.
Right.
the drill
so-
club.
Like there's a guy on No Jumper that was speaking about a country music guy that's going to be huge. That I'll get you the name of if you want. You can all bum him in 4 years' time when he's massive.
I
But
know
anyway,
you're on about.
Who?
The black guy he's doing country now. He released
No. What's his name?
what?
What's his name?
I
Tell me,
don't
because I
know.
don't think it is him.
Probably he released Tipsy. Is that a song?
No, not him. Not that
Right.
Jay Boozy fella that or whatever it is. That
Right.
yeah, no. I just don't like anything that anyone loves too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah,
that.
because
like-
what you're saying, because what do you mean everyone don't like hip hop now? So we all
Well, it's not
like
everyone doesn't like
country?
hip-hop, but,
But
like,
why do you? When
most
did you all
popular
get
things-
together?
Most
and
popular
decide
genres
this?
sort of like go, don't they? Like,
just gets tired.
so like the charts were full of hip hop for years, like 10
No, I
years,
know,
yeah.
but I
And
feel
now
like,
it's like full of
I
like.
feel like nowadays, because of the internet, everybody's lost in their own. I mean, I presume this. We're all lost in our own rabbit holes. Like, when did you get the memo that we all love country now?
Well, it didn't, but I got into country and then
And it's
I've
selling
noticed.
arenas. Like
I've
everyone's
noticed
got
like
this
everyone
memo.
else is like Aaron Wood's posting about it. I'm like, oh, there must be a popular thing now. Then fucking.
So
these
you got
cunts
into
are
it because of Aaron Wood?
No, I noticed he started to post about it, like,
Probably.
oh, well, we're all into country now, are we? Yeah? I got into it. So my dad was into it years ago.
Right.
So I knew old country, but it was more Western stuff, like singing
Yeah.
about shooting each other and being cowboys.
Yeah, I
and that.
like stuff like that. I've
Well,
got Johnny
now-
Cash on now.
Yeah, no, yeah. So like
yeah.
Marty Robbins, my dad used to love. He sang with Johnny Cash a couple of times.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he used to be into that. So I was always into that, and then I got into it about 4 years ago. There's a lad on TikTok who goes around Nashville. Will Cullen, his name is, with a guitar and just sings to fit birds. Just like goes, can I bother you for a second, and just asks what's your favourite song,
Just sings to
and
fit
just sings to cowgirls and like Daisy Dukes and
What,
cowboy
is that
groups.
your love
and
of
that's
it?
like I'm like
That's so
I'm like a
funny.
dirty old man, like loving that going. I wish I was 18 again. I could just lay a guitar and just stop women in the street and go, hey, can I sing to you?
That's
and
so
then like
funny.
you see them going all googie-eyed for him. So then I was like, I don't know half of these songs. So because he was singing it, I just started Googling what the songs was.
Yeah,
And then got
yeah.
into like Morgan Wallen. Because he's like dead big over there. So like before he come big over here, I was like, oh, I know who he is because that fella's singing all his songs. And then from there, just like got into more and more. So that's how I got into it. But like, it's now getting pushed more and stuff. Like everyone's getting into it. And
Yeah.
You into anything that's too much? You seem like someone that'd be quite a bit more like, I won't let anything dominate me.
He likes David Gray.
That's
No.
Introduce
me as a big
Seem like a
David
James
Gray
Blunt kind of character.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
like James Blunt.
yeah, it was like
But
Babylon.
yeah, David
James
James
Blunt.
both like,
No. I quite like Motown. I
Motown?
usually like movie scores, like Boogie Nights, whole fucking thing, incredible.
Yeah,
right.
that is
Um,
good.
I don't really know what Motown is.
You
Like,
do.
Yeah,
Give him
you
some
would.
songs.
Diana Ross and
Do
Michael
you
Jackson and all
remember?
that.
Like 60s.
Do you like
The
all that?
very
Yeah.
first night
Really?
in September.
Like soul, sort of like
Yeah.
80s.
But this
You
they're
can
always
dance
fun
down
to
the
dance
stairs
to.
to it.
Disco,
Like a Motown.
Disco's Motown.
Yeah, it's like a fun. There's loads of
Yeah.
Motown nights.
Also,
Right? You
yeah,
know
What
Yeah.
does
all the
Mo
songs.
stand for?
Isn't Motown a place? Or was it Motown Records was the company, wasn't it? I thought
Yeah,
Motown was a
that
place.
rings a bell.
You like that?
Yeah.
Do you not think it's a bit like, ugh, you're anti at a 40th?
Well, that's the problem.
That's good. That's
the problem
perfect
was because
music
it was
first,
big in the
I think.
80s. We're all sick of it from Christenings and that.
Yeah,
So
but
like, when I listen to Motown, as much as I appreciate it,
So-
I just think of me knobhead aunties dancing.
About reggae?
But
When
they
I'm-
dance because it
When
When
thing
I'm
is
was.
that,
12 and
you
all
know,
that. Yeah, but
yeah.
you
What's
think like
funny-
I'm 10 at the time.
Yeah.
And they're dragging me up trying to dance on like on
What's
in
funny
some
about
social
that
club and I'm
Is
like,
that they're all saying like, "Oh, country's back," and I'm like, "No, but Motown's back. That's the page I'm on." Like, it's just everybody's
that's
just in
what I
their own
mean.
algorithm
Yeah,
now.
we're in
Like,
our own
Right,
algorithm. That's what I mean.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
all know? Because I only know country's a thing now because I've seen.
Babe
odd-
Station's back for me.
you can get 4 hours without porn on.
Can you imagine imagine when that was on that you would ever be able to see them stars doing the actual scenes? Like, it's mental to me. Like Babe Station used to be so you had to really try and plan. Now it's right there every second of the day.
Imagine, right, knowing a date that you were like, oh, I really wish I could pay for it, but now I couldn't. And go back and
$9.95
go back
for
and
the
five and that date.
Did you ever call it?
No.
Fucking right, I called them.
So I called it once when I was like 16.
What, to ask for the time or something? I thought it was the speaking clock.
No, it was
But
brutal
whilst I'm
because
here,
it was in
can
the
you
living.
bend over for me?
Imagine calling it. What's the time? 23:18. And you just put the phone down. And like, what?
Well, you get some videos where they ring them up and have like a chat about the cricket or something.
Yeah.
It's like a bit of fun, but go on.
Well, I rang it and I had to really plan it so that everyone.
Yeah.
It was the Sky subscription.
Do you remember the star that you rang?
No.
Yes, you do. You
No, I
just don't wanna
don't know
say.
because
Okay.
basically I rang and I was
How
like
pre-planned was it?
very pre-planned.
Was
like
it
I'd
not
made.
expensive on the landline?
It
You've been
was
to
expensive
Spa,
on the
you got your
landline,
£30 credit on and everything.
No, it was on the landline.
Yeah,
booking the
landline.
station. On the landline, yeah.
I'll show up on the bill.
I know, it fucking did. And basically, it was
My
like...
dad did that one to blame me.
It was... I rang, I was like, right, cool, I'm through. And she just went, all right, can you just give me a second? And she just walked off the screen.
Oh,
And I was just
change
like...
shift.
I don't even know. I just
What? She
hung up
never
on
came
them.
back?
No, she never came back. So I got my shot, and then she just left.
So she's
And I
talking
was
to all
like-
these mad guys, and the moment
Well,
you ring, she's
sometimes
like, I'm out of here.
you could ring them and they'd be the off-screen ones as well. Sometimes,
Oh, really?
if you were a bit impatient and you needed to hear the voice of a female,
Oh, so there was some people not
yeah,
on
somebody
screen.
sat at home doing the
No,
knitting.
but no, he used to show you, didn't he? That, like 4 of the girls, the only one camera be on one girl.
Oh,
And he'd be like, "Why
sometimes,
do you
yeah,
call
they
them?"
did
No,
on
you
the
had
side.
the grid. You had the grid
Like
as
Sky
well.
Sports. Yeah, but sometimes it'd be 2 on at a time. But then when they just had the one, and then they'd cut the mic. So how old were you when you did it?
All right, 16.
Yeah. Did they ask you age?
15.
Did you have your
How
date of birth
pre-planned was
planned?
it?
Huh?
Did you have your fake date of birth planned?
Yeah. I was very well practiced at calling these numbers by
So
this
they
point.
thought
so.
you were old.
You were
Did
well practiced to call the numbers.
Yeah, I racked up one hell of a bill. Like I really got.
You
I
said
just-
you rang once.
I rang Babe Station once,
Oh,
but that was like
magazine
I was
ones.
looking for a new high. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's all the other ones
Right.
that I'd been previously.
So would you called
What
like,
else
the
did
one
you call
magazine
it?
ones.
I'd call them magazines ones. They put them in the back of gaming magazines. It's a fucking
Zoo.
red fucking to a bull, isn't it? Like you end up doing it. And the thing is, the first phone sex I've ever had, it was like
Phone sex. You scared it over that then?
no, but
Yeah, you
the
did.
first one, I
Big,
think it said to me that I got put through to America. And I
Yeah.
just got some fit fucking Playboy model voiced woman. And it was just
Wow.
like, oh my God.
She wasn't though.
No, I think
don't ruin- don't
in
ruin
my
it.
But it was
don't
that
ruin my
voice.
dream.
Yeah.
In my dream, Brandy is
You
out.
can't take it all that.
Yeah. Oh my
31
God.
stone.
And then after all of that, it was just like the most sort of smoky, husky women from Hull. I
you
never
could tell.
found anything as good.
Oh.
Right.
And then racked up a massive phone bill. And my mum fucking found out, and she was like, "Who's been calling these numbers?" She's like, "I'm gonna call them and find out what they are." And I was just like, "Oh."
Don't do that, Mum. You seen the bill?
What
Yeah,
did
she-
they show up as on the phone bill? Because I was
Oh,
always a fair
fucking
credit man.
Naughty nurse and all this kind of shit. It's not titles that were endearing.
Wasn't discreet.
No.
Oh.
No.
See,
So
some of them
fucking
would
hell.
advertise the discretion, wouldn't they? Which would be the selling point. They eventually, I think they got onto the fact going on the bill it won't show up as whatever.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
realised that was a barrier to entry. Was the bill coming
yeah,
through, and they
yeah.
go $9.95 on XXX TV or something like that. So I don't know what it ever did show up as. Right? Oh, so you like to have a little call on the numbers, did you?
Do you actually have like, because you're like young and that, you must have been a bit awkward. Do you have like proper phone? Like you going, yeah, do
I always
this.
imagine.
Like,
Is it
what's
just one way the
happening?
phone call? Are you like sitting there breathing?
Oh yeah, you just
while
like
she
more
talks, or do you actually?
listening.
No, it
Do you say
depends.
stuff
Like-
back?
So, you know, what are you doing? What am I doing? What are you wearing?
Yeah,
What am I
yeah,
wearing?
he knows the script. Do you have it printed out as well? Can you do an American accent?
Can I imagine being that age and then being like, I wouldn't know what to say.
I wouldn't know what to say at that. I'd
It's just
be
a lot of
under
breathing.
pressure.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
breathing,
You
what you
listen to them while they
wearing,
go.
call them a whore, you know, it's all the...
I didn't even think of that. That'd be
And
knocking
then
up
just
15.
hang up immediately.
Oh,
fucking terrible size.
Yeah, I think that's quite brave.
How long
though.
did you last?
That is
look?
brave.
I
That's
don't
what I
think
mean.
I've
Doing
got it. I
that,
mean,
like
I've
you
got
want to
a
talk to a
15, yeah.
professional.
I was a proper fridge, you mean? Like,
talking
These
about
are
sex.
just some big women that have got like for the zip boots, they'll just
Yeah.
have a sleeping bag there. So they're just there in the pajamas, knitting.
yeah, but I mean, no, it's
Yeah.
brave
You know,
of
Yeah,
him.
doing
but
the
they're
ironing.
still
It's
confident.
brave of him to call because
Yeah, as a teenager,
I
like
at 15,
sex,
I'd like
phone sex.
like, to be honest, like, oh, do you want me to do that? I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
things-
like,
yeah.
No.
I
I
remember
wouldn't have
that
that in
being
me.
dead.
Like
yeah.
brave.
Brave, deviant, you know, pick your poison.
Just right in the deep end.
Well, I don't think that's brave. I think it's just steaming, innit?
I don't know.
Can ring up the sex line as well and have a laugh with them.
Have a laugh.
0800
I feel like I was
28
trying-
29
The whole time was you had to be really industrious to get hold of porn, didn't you? It was like
The yellow
pre-internet,
pages.
but it was like the
Well, I
yellow
don't know.
pages.
The Huns yellow pages.
Here's where he's giving
Huns yellow
himself up now.
pages.
The Huns yellow pages.
Well,
Now he's talking about how hard it was to find porn
No, but
during
it's like
puberty.
when I was little.
That's when you give yourself up.
I went to an auntie's
My
house. She
sister's
was looking after
friend,
me,
and
but
she
she was like
was
the cool auntie. But she
Yeah.
had like an Anne Summers catalogue, which I just nicked. And that
Yeah.
was like
Jacked
yourself.
fucking a sacred scroll.
Didn't
for
you
like,
get Nuts magazine and stuff as well?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that was
I
like
got
a
that.
safe, that
That
was like
was-
safe porn, I think. You know, like
Yeah.
their
That,
tits
yeah,
out.
but that's, I mean, I was fine with that. Like 15, wanking over Lily Allen, get her tits out in Q magazine. That was great.
She did, yeah.
It was, yeah, I've had that was
Wow, I don't know.
one of the most what was it? Core memories.
the
What a
day-
big core wanks that was. Jordan,
way.
Jodie Marsh.
Jordan
Yeah,
in
Jodie
gold
Marsh.
hot pants in FHM or something like that as well.
Jodie Marsh was one. She came along and she was like the new Jordan, wasn't
Kelly
she?
Brook was a good
Yeah,
one.
she's
Kelly
fine.
Brook never really done anything.
She
No.
was just,
Yeah.
God,
She was
for
just-
none of years.
She was a bit too nicey nice,
Yeah, she was
wasn't
too like housewife, but a housewife with big tits.
Jodie Marsh had the
Whereas,
tattoos.
like,
and
yeah.
the-
Right, so you more.
You feel like Jodie
we
Marsh
all
would
agree
take,
more
like-
Jodie Marsh.
You
wow.
can-
No,
Because, like,
more
you-
Kelly Brook, but at
Oh,
the time, Jodie Marsh
But
seemed a bit more raw.
now
Yeah,
more
no,
Kelly
yeah.
Brook, but like at the time, you'd wank over Jodie Marsh because you feel like, oh yeah, she's the kind of person I could convince I was 18 on a night out, and she'd come and
Right, it's
teach
part
me
of
the ways.
fantasy.
Whereas
Because
Kelly
she was
Brook
a
would be
bit
like,
rough and ready.
"Go away."
That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was.
Jodie-
Said that
Jodie
sharp
and
bit about
Jordan.
the way she's like, yeah, she
No
probably fucked me
way.
anyway.
Yeah.
How do we get onto you doing that?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. So, how big was the bill?
I don't know. I dread to think. I dread to think.
And
Like,
have you got any siblings or anything?
yeah, I got a sister, but there's no
So
way.
no when you're
there's-
cooking it on?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Are you,
no.
is this daily? Are you daily?
There probably were
Wow.
some bad weeks.
But did it not like, how often were you getting the phone bill? How often was your parents getting the phone bill? Though?
I don't know. Like, I think obviously then I realised to shift to get a phone, you know, get
Getting
off
the old
grid.
credit.
Yeah.
And then once you realise the hole you're burning in your own pocket, you're like, oh, this is a silly idea.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
isn't worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put 20 quid on and the T&Cs take 11 of it, you think, fucking hell. Yeah, time's fucking flying away.
It must have been high because I would just get. This is a
The T's
wholesome
and
way,
C's,
but
you're
I
looking
used,
at four
any
to
of them
5
call,
minutes.
yeah, because I didn't call, but I
12
used to get
quid
like
gone.
like buy ringtones and shit
I
like
used to
that.
do that, yeah.
Or like I would always ring into like TV shows and that. And my
Would
mum
you?
would go, yeah, like like I rang like Dick and Dom or whatever, things like that.
Right.
whenever you could call in on stuff
Yeah.
on a Saturday morning show.
Did you get
so I was-
through?
Yeah, I did get on Dick and
Did
Dom
you?
once. I did a rap. I remember it still. It went.
Like made up one or like.
Yeah, it
Is
went.
it on YouTube or anything?
No, because I don't know what the there's so many I wouldn't know how to find it. But I just went,
Get some loser open spot to flick for them all
yeah,
for
if
you.
someone wants to find it for me. It was, yo, bro, get with the flow. I'll play with a yo-yo, bro, yo. I said no, so you better not say
Don't
so.
you start wanking to this.
I watched Dick and Dom in the bungalow. That was it.
Oh.
I watched Dick and Dom in the bungalow right at the end. And then they went, that's rubbish, and put the phone down. But they did send me their autograph.
Right.
So I did get that. But I thought I got bullied at school. I was always like, oh, that's all go on Dick and Dom. And they were like, no, that's lame. And then I was like, oh. In my head, I thought everyone would think I was dead cool for
How
like
old were you?
ringing in. Like I was in year 7. bit too old, and now I was like ringing in like, oh, this is gonna be dead sick.
People
and
getting
like,
the first wanks.
they
and
went,
that,
that's
yours
rubbish on TV, so it was actually the opposite.
Although year
like
sevens
really
now are
uncool.
way older than what they were, I reckon.
No,
so.
but I think they were all there. I went to school in Salford, so I feel like when everyone in year 7 was like shagging and like
That's
the
why
popular
I
ones.
feel like when I
and
was
that.
in year 7,
And like,
people just started getting wanks you there, right?
Yeah.
And you feel like, oh my God, that's so
yeah,
naughty.
I was like so not
and, like, blowing
that.
them away. Like.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. When you're calling sex lines, I was getting people getting wanks going. I'm not sure if I can get an hard on it. I'm like, I don't have matured enough yet or what. Like,
No.
scared of having pubes and that.
I had a secret
think I had any
MSN
sexually-
boyfriend though. I used to pretend that I didn't fancy boys, but I had a secret MSN boyfriend.
A secret MSN boyfriend.
Where'd you meet him?
Yeah.
Teen chat?
I did meet him once. He was weird.
Habbo. Oh, you
No,
met
I
up
did
with
meet
him?
him in I met him on a Green Day like forum.
Yeah.
And he used to like wear like eyeliner and like pretend to be Billy Joe in Green
C2C
Day.
webcam and that?
But he was no, we never did anything like wanking
Did you have
on
webcams?
camera. We just said like I did have a webcam, but I don't think his work just fit.
Yeah.
It's broken today.
But you can get your tits out. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I did not. No.
You got the boys round on a Friday night, gather around the webcam.
It was just a way that I could
She's
put in my
online.
personal message that like I would put like his name and people were like, who is that? Do you know, like, it was like,
Molly
like when you have a
Hart's
boyfriend from another
Graham.
school but you don't really know him, that kind of thing.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you had Molly Hart's Stephen or whatever it was?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Ryan,
in
was
your
called.
status name.
That was
Yeah.
great, that wasn't it? No,
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
do that.
yeah. I used to, and I did clock on like when people would have names and you didn't know them. You're like, who are they? No one knows them. They don't go out of school. They're completely irrelevant. And that would be annoying when they'd have someone's name. You know, when they'd write all your mates on your personal message.
Right.
Yeah.
And people would write all these names you've never heard of, and it's like, where's my name? We hang out every day,
Right, yeah.
like in school, like.
But we used to have when Facebook first come out. You used to be able to like. I think MySpace. You do this. as
What
well.
are you doing?
You could update me, extending me parking.
Profile picture.
No,
for
no,
us,
sorry. On Facebook.
Just got to
If
update
you
my
had
profile
that, they got
picture.
it
Need
online, we did
display
it fine. What? When Facebook first come out, so years and years ago, you could rank your friends. You had your friends in order.
Yeah, on MySpace.
Like top 15.
Could you
I
do that
think
on Facebook?
it was taken from MySpace to Facebook.
I don't remember that.
I remember like thinking, I'm in no one's top 3 and like being dead
got
bad.
in.
But like loads of
Yeah,
people's
it's
top
bad when
10s,
they've got, like,
but no one's
celebrities
top
in
3.
there.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, like,
Yeah.
how am I not top 3 there?
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
speaking to you
Avril
every day.
Lavigne is too.
Yeah.
You're not.
Were you an MSN kid?
Of
course you were, yeah. Habbo as well?
What?
Habbo Hotel?
I was a prostitute on Habbo Hotel.
Yeah.
But I actually had a job as a child. I had a job where I'd be someone's
You were a
fake
child
boy.
prostitute on Habbo
Yeah,
Hotel.
I'd be someone's fake boyfriend, but it wasn't rude. We'd just go like, "I love you, kiss, kiss," and then they
Bobba,
would give
bobba.
me the money, the Habbo money.
Yeah, yeah.
And I could buy
I racked
stuff.
up a bill on my dad's work phone for that.
I've never heard of Habbo.
Yeah, and I just got it, but I just sold
Paedophiles,
myself as a
mate.
girlfriend
Proper
to
pedos,
people.
though.
Yeah.
Just sold, just like,
I just pretended to be people's girlfriends. I had to meet them at a certain time, like 2:00 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I would just go, I love you. And then they'd give me Habbo money and I'd buy Habbo clothes. And I was like, 12.
And you got your
or
own
something.
little room and that, yeah?
Yeah, I was like living the
My
high
mate
life,
got
sex
done nasty by
worker.
someone called Res Lord. I don't even know his real name.
Wrestling.
And he was having sex with someone called Donkey88. Just typing all shit in that goes up in the sky.
Yeah.
Get your big tits out. Oh, you didn't put an asterisk? Bobber.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to say it a different way.
Yeah,
so
you
they
gotta do it all
know.
madness, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can't believe you were on Habbo, you.
I've never heard of Habbo.
What, you
either.
never used
No, you're too
Habbo?
old.
It's still going, I think.
Mannion's obviously my age. Isn't it?
Never heard
Oh, you were a bit too old for it.
He's
How
showing
old are
it.
you?
I'm 32.
Yeah, I'm 31. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Was it
Well,
like
maybe,
the-
guys, I'm one of the paedophiles that was on it.
You were too young to be a paedophile on it, but too old to know what it is.
What, we on
Was it-
MSN?
Hey, what? I was on MSN, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my timeline was MSN to BBM to then
Oh, no,
social
not
media.
BBM. I never BBM'd.
I had BBM,
I didn't.
but it was just WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Yeah, but I
Tiny
mean, that's
Temper.
how
Tiny Temper was
that's
the
how-
BBM man money.
that's how it went. It went from MSN to BBM to social media. Like I don't remember what the fuck is Habbo Hotel.
That was just a little thing
That's
for
like a different
paedophiles.
vibe. It was like a stupid game where
Yeah.
you're like a little character. You go into like it's like nerdy. Like you go into
So when
like
you said you would send your money,
worlds.
you could only spend it in.
It's just
it's-
like
yeah.
Habbo money.
We
Like I
paid
just
real
buy
money,
right.
like.
Real money.
But I didn't do anything. I didn't actually do anything vulgar. Like they just wanted me to pretend to be the boyfriend. It wasn't like.
Yeah, I get that.
It wasn't
Just want
really.
some affection.
I would just say like, yeah, just affection. Yeah, we'd hang out for an hour. I'd log in,
Yeah.
meet him in a certain room. And then I'd get him. But that was like my first.
And
I
you
didn't
met him?
realise, like,
You
looking
met
back,
him?
that is sexual.
No,
That's
that was
not
the
the guy
MSN,
that
And the other guy.
She met the guy off
No.
MSN. She didn't
That
need to do
was-
that.
that
How
was-
did you meet the guy on MSN?
because he lived in Manchester.
How'd you get his outing?
I met him on
In a
like a
Green
Green
Room
Day
Day
forum.
forum?
Ah, of course,
Like,
I
I was
forgot,
like
yeah.
very online at this
Was you?
time. Yeah, I was
Okay.
very online. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have much
It
of
was
a
very
real.
online.
yeah.
I was floating in between, like, so I was trying to be in that gang and also be with all the lads who played footy and all that as well.
What other gang? What's the other gang?
Like,
people
you know,
who
like the
aren't
nerds
online.
online, like into
Not
Green Day and
online,
all that.
winners.
And then, like, people out on the
Outside.
street hanging around, just actually seeing each other
Yeah.
and stuff like
Hang out
that.
at the park,
Yeah.
And I was
fight,
like-
drink side, they're winners, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Proper
I was-
winners.
I was in between the two, which meant I wasn't an either one. I
Yeah.
was just a fucking loner.
Also, I
Like,
did go and
trying
get
my best to get
pissed.
into either one.
I did get pissed apart, like, you know, like year 10, then you start, year 9, year 10, you start being like, this is a bit lame. But this is like, you know, halfway through school.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm still I'd still be on my mum's computer, like constantly on MSN, like living on MSN.
Big old
Do you know those
desktop.
people that were just always on MSN though? Like the
Yeah.
moment you go
Yeah,
home,
yeah,
you're still on.
Yeah, they
And
never log off.
Yeah,
They're just online 24/7.
So at 6 in the morning and they're online. And also,
Chat
it
man,
wasn't
I
even
used to be
they're
like
you'd
kid.
message them and they'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, like, you're like, what?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were also the people that always had, like, on MSN, like, you could save letters, you know, as like emoticons with the cost of the
Yeah.
movie. But they took ages to load, so it was dead
Right.
hard to understand what they
Yeah.
said because you had to wait for every individual letter to upload. Or like they'd have like yellow writing, so I couldn't
Yeah.
read it. Like they were just a nightmare person to speak to.
You could change your backgrounds though, couldn't you? Know that so
Yeah.
your box was a bit cooler and shit.
I also, the guy that was always online constantly, he also used to put webcam on and get his dick out to everyone.
Taylor's old as time. That's what it is.
Not wrong with that.
Yeah.
It was of its time, Molly. You
was.
just block
I mean,
him.
I
Just
kinda-
block him.
No, I know. I think we all kind of
Before camera
normalised
phones
it.
and MSN, people just did it in the pub. People just got a dick.
Yeah, just
Because
kinda-
one of your dad's mates who just always got his dick out when he was pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what he's up to these days.
Yeah, I feel like we did normalise it. You just kind of laughed about it. There was a guy called Jamie, and he used to get his dick out to everyone, and you're just like, "What's he like? He's a bit mad."
Yeah, but
and then
on
I remember we all went cinema, and he was there. I was like, "Who's invited him?" And he had a badge on that said "porn star."
I wonder what he's doing now.
Also, he sat. We went to watch Gold 2 or something,
Mannion's there going,
and
"Oh, that's amazing.
he sat on his own somewhere else at the
Yeah.
cinema. And now I'm thinking, was he fucking wanking off? Why did he not
Yeah.
sit with us?
Probably.
Because you just said no one invited them.
No, someone. Well, I
No, we
don't-
probably heard you go that.
It was still like
not
kind
that-
of
not that
normal.
I- not
Like
that-
it wasn't too. Like I want
Yeah.
mates with him, but you
Right.
weren't like, what the fuck he got? You were just like, he got his dick out. I don't know. Like just that's him. That's Jamie on MSN. Like,
But on MSN, like, would you not think it'd be funny if Jamie's on when he get his dick out and like the three of us can watch him, but you can be hiding off camera, so you can be, oh, go on, Jamie, get your dick out, and then all the girls are watching, thinking, and they're laughing at Jamie, but clearly he doesn't give a fuck.
I
does
didn't
he,
do
so-
that, but I think people might have done something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, loads of people
Somewhat
set up a
people were
fake
doing
profile.
stuff like
Yeah.
pretending to get the tits out, but doing like, you know, the
Yeah.
classic,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah,
your
yeah.
fingers, and you'd be like, way nice tits and stuff like that. Like,
Because it was such
freaking-
a better time. It was such a better time. Not all screen recordings and fucking lives and all this and that. You just got your dick out. Like, no one print screened or nothing, really. It was
And I
just,
don't think
we
nobody
seen
ever
his
had
dick at the
no one
weekend.
ever had a microphone, so you just go on like
You
it was
can
dead
do. It was
fuzzy.
broke though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike's
Camera phones are
broke.
always blurry.
Having it where your neck's down there.
yeah. I've always set it up so it's like just that bit of the head. And like,
Yeah.
I hated them weirdos that just put it on just for no reason. And
was
they'd be like,
always on.
hiya. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want this on. Why are we looking at each other? We barely know each
I'll
other.
request you or leave it.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to start stand up?
Oh no, not like this gear change.
I'm just trying to figure out a timeline of it, because like, were you late to
Yeah,
come
when
into
you
it?
did your first round, how old were you then?
What, when I first watched
When you
it?
first
Yeah.
did it? When you first did
I
it?
just watched a lot of Billy Connolly.
No, but how were you young then? Were you young when you first gave it a go?
Oh no! I was. I think I was like 25,
Oh right, yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And then you did 10 gigs, died, stopped.
Did really well the first 3, but then it's
Where
kinda
did you
like,
gig?
The
Where are you
first-
from, obviously? Because you're not. Are you a Manc?
My dad's from Withington, so I was there a lot. But I grew up with my mum, like in Cheshire, it's like near Macclesfield.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So where did you do your first 3?
First gigs? One was at Up the Creek. It was like a little comedy course. You do like a weekend.
You did you were course comedy.
Yeah.
Why were you in
You
London?
do like.
Then?
Because it's the
Shame
only
that.
place where there was one.
was
As far
25,
as I
I think.
knew.
Oh, so you went to London to do this course?
The fucking bucket hadn't opened when he started.
But that's a big. That's funny.
Did you go to uni?
That's a big commitment.
It's
to do
uni,
that.
but I did filmmaking.
So what was Peter Kay like on the set?
Yeah, his first gig was City Light with Peter Kay. No, so you went to uni and then you come home and then done comedy. Didn't do anything at uni, anything like that.
No, I did filmmaking, tried
No,
to
you
get.
didn't do any comedy, any uni, any stand up.
No.
So you did. So first 3 gigs, where were they?
Up the creek.
It was
Up the creek,
yeah, Up the Creek, and then it was some competition, and then I think it was Frog and Bucket Preston.
Oh, yeah.
and I
Still love that
and
gig,
show
mate.
my age.
Yeah.
And,
That's a while. Then.
That's a
I-
while
I-
ago.
I used to love
when
that
it
gig.
reopened, I was like, perfect, fits
Right.
the narrative. Now it's closed again. Shit. But then I won that,
Yeah.
so I won Beat the Frog, and then 4th
In your
gig
third gig, you want to beat the frog?
at Preston. It was easier at Preston. It was nicer.
That was also my first first
And also, you
Four.
did a course, which is good. So you must have you already got like good. I bet the Creek course would have been quite good. Would
Yeah,
it?
but it doesn't make you
It wasn't-
any
it
funnier.
wasn't-
No, but you know,
No, no.
the
It just,
you
it
know,
just stops you like leaving the mic stand in front of you.
Yeah,
and
but I
That's
stuff
think
like
basically the biggest
but I
learning
think if
thing
you
is to put
like
it
it,
behind
it
you.
helps.
Who taught it?
Like if you're actually
remember
into it,
the name of the guy.
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got
but
a good ideas, combination.
Did lots for
you know what I mean?
jonglers.
Oh, you're better.
I think if I did that earlier, it would have helped me. I
You're
think.
better
I didn't
because like you
understand
do
it
come
all.
away like you come away and go, you got better jokes for the person there's gone. We'll do this instead. Go down that
Yeah,
line.
just
Like,
about
yeah.
someone
But at the
giving you
same
a bit
time, it
of-
doesn't
They're
really.
just doing it paint by
You're
numbers
not,
for you.
No,
you're
it
not going to
doesn't
be
make-
any
yeah,
better.
no,
sort of thing.
no,
Like,
but I think it's a
if
good
you're shy, you're still going to come out of it and be.
explanation.
You're going to be a bit better than what, a bit better
Yeah.
shite than what you was going to be.
No,
But
Yeah.
they help you just fucking edit down.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Like that.
So you don't remember
Why,
who it
why are
was,
you
no?
talking so much? Just get to the point. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
got an idea what they look like or anything.
I know that the course, it wasn't like at Up the Creek. It was like some little weird theatre, and he owned it, and he did loads of gigs for jonglers, and there was like 4 of us, and we did like a weekend course. Other people did a longer course. They did like a full week, but he did like the weekend ones, people from out of town. And then if you did a big course, you did a week or however long, you got 5 minutes. If you only did a weekend, you only got 3.
3 minutes.
I can't remember the guy that taught you course. That's annoying.
Well,
That's
it was, you know,
It's soul destroying for
4
him.
score and 30 years ago.
Imagine being that comic, soul destroying
Yeah.
for the comic, innit?
But then, so the third gig, Preston
Yeah,
beat the
one.
Frog.
They
won
won't see that.
That was good. Kiri
Yeah.
picture of McLean.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you.
Yeah. Who?
What's she? What? Sorry.
She. Oh no, I won it. She was the MC.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because
Do you remember anyone else on the bill?
that does put him. I don't know when he started his first gig.
Well,
now,
yeah,
that
so 25.
doesn't give me.
at least.
Yeah.
And then the 4th gig was Beat the Frog at Manchester. And it was like
Who
going
emceed
from,
that?
I'm a natural, da 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 da.
Yeah,
And then I
confidence.
went up and it's a fucking high stage. And I was like, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
And I did the whole set identical as I did in Preston. And I found the, you know,
How long did you
Yeah.
last?
I beat it.
Oh, wow.
But
well done.
I was like, you know, I was like fucking Mufasa at the
Yeah.
end.
Who
I was like, this is
emceed?
good. Probably Dan Nightingale, I
Right.
think. Dan Nightingale was so good, I hated him. So I was
Right.
like, he's too good. Put someone shit before us because
Right.
he's just
Dan Nightingale wasn't a good MC. He was a good MC, as in he was incredible. But he wasn't a good MC for Beat the Frog in terms of if you were on the guy.
Yeah.
Danny Mac used to be my favourite one because he was actually he was decent enough. Like it was, you know, Danny now you think, wow, where the fuck does that come from? But like back then he'd be like, if someone smashed it too hard, he'd go on just down his arse for 2 minutes, or not down his arse, but he'd just be like
recalibrate it.
Yeah.
recalibrate for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
Nightingale would go back on and then smash it even more. And you'd be like, for fuck's sake, I've got to follow this now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Do
interesting.
you remember anyone on any of them bills? Acts.
On that bill,
So you don't remember anyone from Preston?
Well, do you remember anyone?
Yeah.
I remember.
I don't even
a guy-
remember anyone from the World Series final of them.
I
remember
remember.
a single act.
I remember me first.
Don't remember
That was
who
my
won and all
first
that.
gig. The Frog and Bucket. Well, beat the. For I know a lot of the lineup for that one.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know why. I think it's because they've all stuck around a bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't win on the fourth one, so I don't really recall. God, I can remember.
Must have
who
all
the
been
fuck it was.
shite then, mustn't they? Probably weren't doing it. Either.
Yeah, do you not know who won? No, remember
Nah, I
that?
can probably find out. You can go on the website.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you a single name for my World
I
Series
can't really.
final.
I remember I don't want to remember loads. And mine was not that.
Towards the end, I think of that stint. I think I saw Stephen Tries do it, and he
Right.
was so fucking good. Like he was incredible, and I was like, yeah, I'm not that. I'm fucking going.
Similar sort of
Yeah, but to be honest,
things though.
To be honest, the other thing that kind of kicked it in is just other things came along. So I was trying to make films,
Right.
and if that kicked
Yeah.
off, it just takes over your life, and there's just
Yeah.
no point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2017, that was the second run up. But then I got a girlfriend straight. Like,
Oh, she
afterwards.
kiboshed that.
Well, no, I was happy, so I didn't
Oh,
need anything.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
to push into the void.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, so do you think you're more looking for love than stand up, or?
No, like to be honest, when me and I started to fall apart, I started doing it again. And
Right.
I was like, okay, that was the third.
Yeah.
run
The
up.
John Bishop route. Depressed.
Guys, I've lost my family.
Right.
But now I'm like engaged and doing it. And
I think that makes sense because I
balance is-
started stand up when my boyfriend broke. Well, I broke up with my boyfriend. We broke
Oh,
up.
really?
And then I was in a long relationship. I was in loads of relationships until that point, and then literally, I think less than a month later, I did stand up and then didn't stop. I think it's a little bit like. I think if you're in a relationship, I don't know.
I think it can lend
I think if
itself
I
to being
stayed in a
single, yeah.
relationship, I might have not done it or took longer to do it.
But just
I think it's
because of
more
the-
just the barrier of having to tell someone I'm going to go and do stand up, and then
I just feel like I could
the
have more of
idea
my
of
own
what they might
identity.
say.
You're so lost
Yeah.
when you're young, going out with some. I was like that anyway. It was just so like, what are we doing today? Like you're almost like, it's such so much
Right.
commitment of a hobby to do stand up and do it all
Yeah.
the time, especially when you first get into it.
Mm.
It's hard if you're just dating.
I'm really glad that I waited though as well, or just kind of gave up. Because I think if I'd carried on from that fucking Preston win, I'd have become the most annoying comic. Like I'd probably hate what I was doing,
Why?
Yeah.
just because.
I think
it
you'd end up
was-
finding out changing your voice to something that you are doing anyway.
Yeah.
No, I just think like a bit
I
of
feel like
life
that's what I- 'cause I
experience
feel like
just
when I-
helps. Like
yeah.
being a late bloomer isn't a bad
But
thing.
why do you
I don't
think you would have been annoying?
Because I think I would have been a product of like the time of just like everyone wanting just to be on like Mock the Week and stuff, and just
Right.
it was a little for me. It was all very high energy and a bit low on punchlines, and it was just a bit kind of shaky. And you're like, you do that now.
Yeah, that's what I do, mate. Yeah, it's
But yeah, I think a bit of time is good. Just
Right.
work out what you want to do.
So you'd be an advocate of do 10, have a break, and then come back to it,
I think
rather than
so.
just 2-footer it straight in, stay with it.
I think so.
It depends on the
But-
personality.
I don't
Yeah, it
think
depends-
everyone
depends
needs
on the
to
Like
do
you
people.
say, 'cause
super.
you're the kind of person
Yeah,
who'll be
just-
influenced enough to go, oh, I'm going to be like that, whereas...
Yeah, I don't think
Well-
everyone needs to start young because not everyone's got something to say. Some people are great at start young and it's worked out really well. I wish I could have been that person, but I don't think I would have had anything to say then. And what I would have said would have been, and I would have never took it, so I don't think in any kind of, if I look back on my life, I just don't see where it would have fitted early. I think I did my first gig at 26. I don't think I would have done it at 18. I was so cringy at 18.
if
Nobody
Yeah.
needs to see that on stage.
See, I think because I'd come on, I think because I'd been to uni and failed at that 3 times, was like I had nothing. I think with me, it was like this. Not that this needs to work, but I was like, this is the last chance for you. You just have to just settle
Yeah.
down, get a trade, and do
Yeah.
something. Like otherwise, because I think I come out of uni and being like, I shouldn't have been there. Like I shouldn't have gone to uni. Really, I only went to please my dad.
Yeah.
So like, I come out of it going like, I shouldn't have been there. What am I going to do with my life? Well, here's the one thing I've always wanted to do. Go and try that now. Otherwise,
That's a smart
you just have to
way of
settle
looking
down
at
for the
it.
rest of your life. And then I think I remember trying it, loving it. But like you say, what you say about like becoming a productive thing. I don't think I ever had that in
If
me
you-
where I was like,
I think what you do, if you look at that time, you look
Yeah.
at who was going up, it was like that kind of like metrosexual.
no, it's
kind
not,
of
I
like,
understand
it's
where you're coming
like,
from, 'cause, like, it was similar when I started.
Who was going up?
I'm just saying that whole time, like,
Was that if you look on Mock the Week, people who go, the sex, and like I remember when I was starting, like the people who were most successful,
That
like Brennan
indie
Reese,
skinny-
Bajaya,
The sex is coming back, I
it
reckon.
was the better male sort of thing.
I think the sex is coming back.
What do you mean the sex? Do you mean like sex appeal?
No, people used to go on stage and call sex the sex and pretend it was dead alien to them. Like Brennan Reese used to call sex the sex. Like
I don't think
like
I
he'd be
understand.
having a threesome the night before, but go on stage pretending he's
Oh,
dead
talk about in like a cute
inexperienced.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cute
we
sort
had
of.
the-
I'm a
right,
beta. I'm
yeah.
a beta male. Like the sex. Oh, and like I
Right.
knew the night before I'd be having threesomes, fingering all sorts, and like I'd be like, "What are you doing?" But then that's what worked on stage.
So it was
sort of
an
thing.
act rather than
Yeah,
like
like
it's
say,
not
like, but with Jay, it
interesting.
was more his true personality sort of thing. But
Right,
he
yeah.
like,
I suppose
it was
it-
very much that sort of indie sort of. I don't know what you say indie, but that sort of. It wasn't like it was. Let's not promote toxic masculinity. Let's promote this different kind. We've had
Yeah.
FHM now. We've had all the 90s and
Yeah.
Jew and all that. Let's promote a different kind
Yeah,
of
like the
male.
skinny
and-
indie boy.
yeah,
That's like,
it was all that. That's what was being
yeah,
successful
totally,
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you
And
think
then-
you were going to be?
I think it would have been like at the time it was like I probably would have been really self-deprecating in a really
Yeah.
way, whereas I will be it now, but I'm just a bit more like aware
Yeah.
of choosing that moment. Yeah.
That's good. If you like what you do. Hate
It's
what
good
I
that
do.
you. It's good that you know. It's good that you know though you'd have been influenced that way. Because like I say, I started. I don't think I probably was at some point without even realising I was doing it. Sort of thing. Probably trying to write the sex bits and then thinking to myself that just doesn't work because like no one's gonna. And like well, at that point I was probably 18 stone, but I'm 6'2" and I'm a scally. No one's gonna believe I'm that kind of person. Sort of things. Like,
When I started doing it again, I actually looked back over loads of it and I was like, there's so much of this that's fucking shit. But then there were some bits that I was like, that at the time I was like, I hated that joke. I never really did it, this, that, the other. And actually I think that's the better, more original thought.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
all the bits that I wasn't enjoying as much are actually the bits that I should have run with.
yeah.
As opposed
It's good
to...
when sometimes I remember when Hayley Ellis told me about a bit and she just went, "Oh, did you do that bit?" And I haven't done that for like 2 years. It was very new when I said I did the idea and then it started doing well again. I was like, oh,
So
right,
you
yeah.
brought it back again. It's
Yeah,
good to
it's
keep
just
it
when
right
it's a
down.
comment, you just go, "Do you still do that bit?" Or that idea was good.
It is fun
And then it
bringing
just
stuff
takes
back
3
and then you.
years for it to actually
Yeah.
become something.
Well, it's not
Sometimes
that,
it's
when
like
you
the
bring it back, you
concept's
bring it
good,
back
but you
with
don't
the-
know how to put it. Like, and then you hate. It's annoying when you have an idea like that and it didn't work, so you're like not doing that again. But that concept was good. Like if you,
Yeah.
and then someone else does it years
The
later,
premise
and
and
you're
that,
like,
yeah.
I should have, and everyone loves it. You're like, should have done
I just
that
think
joke
I
and
think
worked
some
it
bits just
out.
take a decade.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
some
You just go,
bits
that's
you're
the
not-
idea, but I just
not
haven't
good
got
enough
there
to go,
yet.
Yeah,
not
that's
good
so
enough to
true.
sell it sort of thing. I also think sometimes you have bits that was dead good for you, and you think that was a great bit. Why'd I stop doing it? And then you bring it back, you're like, oh, I'm doing it actually totally different, and it's still, it's like now it does smash in a different way, sort of thing. I tried to bring back my you remember my bread knife bit? Tried to bring back the other week and just like fucking, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not that person. I can't like sell it the way I used to
Can't
sell it.
connect to it anymore.
Yeah, it used to because like it was my first bit I ever wrote where people talk, oh, Rob Tom's got like a bread. Oh, that's so funny. Like people had asked for it, and like it was the first bit I'd done where I walked in going, that's proper stand up. That's like that is as good a stand up as I've ever seen. And then I must have, like you say, I must have stopped doing it about 3-4 years ago, and now I'm so sort of different from that
Style
that
and
style
everything,
and stuff that I
yeah.
think.
It feels like a switch when you go
Yeah,
into it.
if I
like
tried to do it, I'd have to
like
be,
doing another
I'd have to
person's
go into a
act.
character or something like
Yeah.
that to do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do that. And I wouldn't. It just doesn't work anymore. And then I tried to do it in like the style I'm at now, and it just, I don't know. It's just sort of like just isn't there. Like it feels like the bits online and stuff. And I go back and watch it, and think I can't do that. And that isn't me, and I can't. And like I say, when I tried to bring it back, I was like, I can't figure out how I'd bring that back.
Yeah. I think
You got
that's
any trauma
normal.
that made you want to do stand up?
Maybe.
Clearly, he's clearly
I like how guarded he is, though. I do enjoy that.
He's
I
clearly
do
got
enjoy the
attachment
fact that
issues.
he can stand there with the guard up. One
Well,
of the best
yeah.
defences I've ever seen on the pod.
Yeah.
One of the
Normally
he's
they
not
give it
even
in.
trying to deflect. He's just going no.
Normally they let me intimidate them by now.
Just like that.
Yeah, I know
He's
what
not
you mean.
even. He's just. It's
Normally
like Muhammad Ali.
an act's been intimidating to giving it away, but he's clearly got attachment issues because he's calling up sex lines.
Right.
At like 15,
No, that's just
16.
a good
No,
one.
it's not. No, that's an
no.
attachment issue, that is.
No, that's
His
all right.
parents are split up. He's got attachment issues is what he's got.
This is a good game. Guess the drama.
It is, yeah, we always do it. Well, it's daddy issues. We've both got daddy issues.
Oh, okay.
And yours is an
Lovely.
attachment thing. I don't know whether it's related to your dad or your mum. I haven't figured that part out yet.
See,
The-
nothing.
The
Good.
sex stuff
Good
would link
lad.
to
Love
sex
it.
stuff would link
But
to
I
mum.
also, it's one of
Love it.
those where, like, I think when you got trauma talking about it in stand up, it's a bit like you've really got to cash those chips in. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like part of me, you go to the fringe and you watch them, and it's like,
yeah, but that's different.
that's your trauma.
that's
Like, is
right,
that
no.
all you've got? Like,
That's
there's
right. A whole
nothing.
show
Like,
about like one thing. No,
Yeah.
like, you can still have trauma and it becomes like your person.
And
Becomes your
people
personality
don't
without
know.
being like when I said me and him got daddy issues, that it just becomes we end up becoming depressed, drunk dads. Do you know what I mean? Like toxic. It becomes like a sort of version.
I was only
of yourself.
recently I advised the comic to just stop going to therapy and just become a funny old bloke. Old school. Said to him, I said, "What are we going? Because it's not working." I said, "You just need to embrace being a funny old bloke."
Some people just don't need therapy.
I'm an odd bloke. I'm an odd bloke. They'll
I
go,
would be
"I'm a bit
terrible
old
in
in."
therapy. I'd get so wrapped up in myself.
Is
like-
therapy
'cause
working for you?
I'm a narcissist as well. So
I've only just started it, so I don't know. I did go to another person a couple of months ago, but I didn't. I stopped going because I didn't really like her. She was very. She talks dead slow. Like
yeah.
that seems really difficult. And I thought I'm getting half an hour session here, but paying a part.
Who's
an
giving
hour.
who therapy?
Yeah.
should be
And
good on
she-
a phone sex line. You know, word permit.
It just didn't really feel like an authentic conversation. It felt like I'd said something like, "Oh, I was a bit silly the other day, and I did this," and she was like, "Don't ever call yourself that again." Silly, like it's
Oh,
not like
fuck off.
I'm not saying I'm an idiot. Like I'm just being like,
Yeah.
I was a bit silly. So it was like just stuff like that where I wasn't really like.
I hate all that shit. Don't
so I
put
just
yourself
stopped
down. It's
going.
like, no.
But this new one I've
Have
only just
accountability.
started is good. But I
Right.
don't really. I have done it in the past. I've done like CBT and stuff, and I never really rated it. But this is one's a bit different. I feel like because I've got like quite a specific thing to kind of talk about, I feel like it's going to help. But when
Yeah.
I used to do it for more generalised, like
Just being a bit
depression
sad
or
about
whatever,
everything.
I just don't
Yeah.
think. For me, I didn't really find it that helpful.
Are you a therapy king or not?
Yeah, I do therapy.
You
Do
do
you?
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just lets the steam out of the engine.
How long have you been doing?
It's like
How long have you been doing it for?
started, did it over COVID for a bit.
Yeah.
First time.
Just like
Would you
walking
ever
and
run it
talking.
before?
Yeah, I do everything in threes. I'm going to become a therapist
Right,
on the
okay.
third one. And then I think.
So is there anything that set you? Set you off to go to therapy, or was it just a case of I'll try this?
First one, COVID, I was like, I think I'm going mad. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I'll just fucking talk to someone. And then the second one, it was went freelance, started doing freelance filmmaking, photography, all this, and tried to go and do stand up at the same time. It's just fucking too many things into one like draw. So I was just fucking feeling the pressure, and I was like, and I'm getting on in my years, and I was worried about.
I keep forgetting. So
I
I
was
keep thinking he's like a
going-
28-year-old like film guy, and he's like, no, this guy is close to a middle age.
34 years. I'm
Yeah.
settling on 34.
Yeah.
Well, basically, me and my girlfriend were talking about having kids, and it's like
Right.
we're on the yellow eggs now,
Well, that's
yellow
good.
label eggs. You know what I mean? Like we need to make a move.
Well, that's good though that you're like.
To get the house set
You
up.
had that
Yeah, we only just did that like in February, so it's
Yeah.
like we're gonna.
Might need
Well,
a handrail.
It's good that you had that before having kids though, because me and him both had it afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
So we
You
both
did?
had, we both had
Yeah.
the we both
Yeah.
had the kids. And
Congratulations.
then,
Yeah, I'm an odd bloke, mate.
we had the kids, and the fear hit us afterwards of like, should we best go and sort our lives out now?
Yeah.
But I
Rather
think
than
becoming a
beforehand.
dad actually just fucking pushes a lot of stuff into place.
Yeah, it does. You
In
probably
what
got a lot
sense?
of time to think about why you're sad. I haven't. I've had no
Which
time to
it just
think about
doesn't
being
feel
sad.
important.
Yeah.
You think,
No,
you can get over that because I've got something else to sort
Yeah,
out.
because someone else's life is more important
yeah.
than yours. and
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to inflict them with it, so just fucking get over
I'll
it.
say that if you are a dad and you do need therapy, please do go and get
Yeah.
it. You know?
I don't agree
know
with
that
that.
you are weak, but you know,
No,
I don't know. It's just a joke.
I just don't. I think if I went to therapy, I'd enjoy it too much.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
I'd love wallowing in it, and like I'm like I say, I'm a narcissist. I love myself.
I just
too
think it
much.
works for certain
I think,
people and it
it'd be
wouldn't work
great
for others.
to talk about myself for an hour and then I wouldn't let it
Do you know
go.
what I mean? Like my mate's had it with someone. He's going, "What the fuck is this?"
First time I did it on the phone to her, I would intellectualize for about 40 minutes, and then I'd have about 10 minutes of insight, and that was all you
What
get.
does it mean intellectualize?
So I would just talk about what I think about of how things are going, and
Yeah.
da 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 da.
How's it started? So you go to her, she goes, "Hi." She go, "Why are you here?" Or what she do?
She'll just be like, "Oh, how was your week? This, that, the other."
And that's
you
how it starts. So it's not like, are you here to deal with anything? It's just a case of, it's not like going to doctors and them going, "So what are your symptoms?" It's, you start.
Your
You're-
first one, you might do a bit more of like a
Yeah.
backtrack. You
Yeah.
explain, and then after you keep doing it, it's more like how the week by week.
So you intellectualize. So you just say about what you've been thinking about.
Yeah, she'll just be like, "How was your week?" and this and that and the other, and then you'll just kind of think back, and you'll realise all of the bits and bobs that were bothering you, kind of thing. He's just going. Weak.
No. That was
No, I don't think you're weak. I just think you got no mates.
I
You're
do
not
think,
thought about going to the pub.
I think
I don't really drink.
Well, there's your problem then. Start drinking.
Nah, I get really bad hangovers.
Yeah.
So, well, that's bad. You don't want them. Mine will last like 18 hours.
Yeah, but you say that, and then you have kids, and then
It's
you learn.
not-
you have kids, and you stop getting hangovers.
Nah, that's
Because
bollocks.
again, no, you do. Because you've got someone else to look after. So you think, well, I can't wallow in this self-pity. I've just got to get on with it. I've stopped getting hangovers now I've had a kid. Because I used to love a hangover. I used to love one. I'd wallow in it. I think it was great. And I used to do fuck all. I'd lie on the couch,
but that's
be lazy.
a good hangover. That's not like when you're being like violently sick.
No, but it wasn't being sick and being in pain. And then I had a kid and I was like, you just can't do it. She's just like, you just go, no, I've got to carry on with this. As bad as I feel, if I don't carry on, he dies. So just carry on.
But you'll still drink. I
Yeah.
like that. Like, this drink has got to stay. I've just got
So
to deal
what's
with the hangover.
the last 10 minutes after going like, oh, this,
the
I've been
insight
thinking this
realising
about the
he's-
job, this stress, and then what insight can you give us any
Well, the
insight?
insight
that
is
you've
what
had?
he was actually stressed
I
about.
mean, if you could let him maybe answer it, maybe.
No, he's answered it twice.
No, I don't know. Like
I can't
like,
hear him because you then shout over him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the pressure
I'll
about
fucking end it.
He's too scared to answer because you called him weak now. And you're in his head.
No, you
Nah,
just
nah,
haven't
it's
shut
funny,
up.
it's funny,
And
it's
you
funny.
fucking leg up looking at him like, you shit out.
No, like so for example, like the pressure of having kids. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it is what it is.
Right.
Like-
So that's what her insight would be. It is
No,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
it would be what I.
It's one of them, Michael. It's what it is anyway. Same time next week.
That'll be 50 quid, please.
And
is
then
what it
I've just texted me bank details. It is
I'll
what-
invoice you now.
It is what it is. That's a great bit of insight. You get that in the booze a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Just go to the pub.
One of them is what it is, isn't it?
Have a few
got the
Guinness. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think as well, you also let out
Right.
all of the anything you're pissed off about just kind of melts away. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Again, I just go to the pub.
Yeah,
Like,
but you don't want to be
Yeah, but-
trauma dumping at the pub all the time. You know, someone that's too doom and gloom at the pub all the time, they need to go to therapy.
no,
not
but you
be-
go, you have your mates, what's going on? Oh, fucking she's doing me fucking head in. Is she, they're all the same. You go, fair enough, yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
I have the
That's
problem.
like that, straight like that, your trauma's gone.
Yeah.
Go on.
I have the problem with it. I'm the steady person in a lot of people's lives. So they
so
come
you're
to
the
me
shoulder
and
and
they're
you're
their
fixing
trauma,
theirs.
and I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
what
I
a
love
Yeah,
you,
but that's
but
what
I am a fucking hero.
That's what I consider myself, though, as
He's
well.
great because of that.
I'm the fucking best. You'll
You
be,
think you're such a strong man. don't you?
you'll be fucking calling me in the night,
Listen,
being heavily.
there's a saying, and you relate to this because I relate to it, because I think I'm the same person, is some people have people, and some people are the person.
Yeah.
And I'm the person people have.
Oh,
I don't have people, I'm the person people have.
Disagree. Massively disagree.
Well, you just got to learn to
I
just
think you
fucking...
think you're the person people have,
what
and that's
you know.
the fucking problem.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. People come to me and
We've all got to make him feel important or he'll kill himself. Making up fake problems just so you can satisfy your ego.
Exactly. This is what you get at the pub. Fucking shut up. You're an egomaniac, and you go, oh, fair enough. Maybe I might be. I'll contemplate that later. Let's carry on drinking.
So you did your first stint in COVID and then you swerved it.
Yeah, well, it just got expensive.
And
Does
you're
it
still
ever
doing
feel
it,
like it's going to
yeah.
end? I feel like therapy is like a Ozempic. Once you're on it, you're never going to get off it.
I think at the moment, like,
But it's expensive.
It is expensive. Like, I was looking at it.
Ozempic, yeah.
I was looking at it today, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I actually missed 2 weeks, so they owe me money for that, so I could maybe get." Because it's coming out. It's going to come out.
Is it an addiction? Do you think sometimes like, I want a bit of, I need a hit of it?
No, sometimes I get to it.
I love a good chat with someone who doesn't give a shit. Just put yourself a weekend away in Glasgow and collar someone in the hotel lobby.
Just have a line and corner someone and just chat their head off.
These are the odd blokes that I'm on my trajectory to be. Oh, don't speak to him. He doesn't shut up. Seriously?
He won't let you go.
You could turn your back to him, he'll still talk to you. There's a guy in the pub that I used to go to. You do that. You literally turn that way and he'd just be stood behind you. Called Brummy something. I didn't know his name, but like Brummy Kev or something. And you literally go, oh yeah. Turn that way to you, mate. And he's just rabbiting on.
We used to have one of salty and he'd be
very
questions.
racist.
Questions, and then you go to why is he just like, why is everyone fine with him being here? Oh, his brother's dead sound. So like he's just in here asking everyone questions, and you turn your back to him, and he'd be asking questions while your back's turned, and you're like,
so do you ever feel sometimes you need it more than other times? You're thinking, I need to speak to someone.
Yeah, if you have like a rough week or something goes wrong, or like you get some job and someone's a cunt, you do have a load of talk about there. Yeah, but then some weeks you get there and you're just like, did the dishes, it's like there's just not a lot. There's not a lot to talk about.
But that's not worth like whatever you paid for it if you just talk about the dishes.
Well, but then
do you never think like, oh, I've had a nice week, no point doing it this week?
It's one of those where you got to do it every week.
And then they start gaslighting you. Really? I saw the clip, it didn't do very well, man.
You're very productive. You said you're happy, but it doesn't sound even productive.
You sure you don't need any therapy? Jesus, what, 17 likes? All right, okay. You're cured.
Oh.
Well, that's well, if it works for you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever try. I don't think I'd open up. I just don't think I would.
Yeah.
I'd do it to a stranger who's not making notes.
Immediately open up.
Yeah.
To a stranger who's not making notes.
Dump.
No,
there was a funny clip I saw the other day. There's a therapist talking about it, and he said, if you think about if your parents gave you this much mental illness, okay, and you only give your kids this much, that's really good going. And in a way, like, in my head, I'm kind of going, well, if I just put in the time, then I'll pass on as little as possible.
Yeah, like work it out.
But I just think if you're aware that you've got a mental illness, then just, like you say, don't pass it on then.
Well, no,
you should have enough about you to go,
like,
stop doing that.
Yeah, we're good in that we're more fucking self-aware than our parents were, but there's probably still stuff that we're not entirely.
Oh, yeah, I do think what I'm missing and I'm passing on, but I think fair play, bit of character, bit of seasoning, isn't it?
A bit of texture.
Yeah. Don't want them being a boring cunt.
No, I'm too scared to work it out. Don't fancy it.
No, that's why I don't do DMT, because I'm scared to go on a journey and find out.
Working it out. I'm happy with what I've got, and I pass on what I've got.
Yeah.
see how she gets on.
Best of luck. Maybe you just want a best mate.
No, I don't think that'd be appropriate.
You don't have any other vices, do you? You don't drink, you don't smoke.
No, but I did a load of that and kind of got it all out of the way. Yeah,
I think you just want a best mate, You're calling up sex lines, you're calling up therapists. Maybe you just need it. Maybe the problem is
too much. You're giving too much to that. That is a perfectly innocent, horny 15-year-old wanking and coming for the first time, and he can't believe it.
Fantasize about having real friends.
That is not the case.
And you think none of your friends are real.
Just because you didn't ring a sex line doesn't mean that it's that odd.
Just because you rang a sex line doesn't mean you're not normal.
You got sucked off by your cousin in Newport.
Oh, no.
That
never happened. The problem was, I never got sucked off by my cousin.
1 minute 37.
That's where the trauma comes from.
Well, so what happened with your cousin, didn't it?
It wasn't my cousin. It was like, right, Mannion, where can we find you?
Where can we find me?
Yeah, so it should be.
Just Instagram.
Which is?
Michael Mannion Comedian. I changed it recently.
And have you got anything to promote?
Do I have anything to promote? I'm doing a whip in July. I don't know what date. Sorry.
Right.
Shall be on your Instagram.
Where are you going to be?
Just go on the Instagram.
Where are you doing it?
Gulliver's.
And you've got nothing that goes out regularly that you need to, like, podcasts.
Oh, I've got a roast battle. Do a roast battle with Jordan at the Frog and Bucket. And that is on in July as well. Yeah, should be good.
It's not the same date every month, don't it?
Nah, so we do one at Stage and Radio, and then 1 month, then we do it at the Frog. So it's every 2 months at the Frog. But it's really good. We're in like a league, rack up points, all that kind of thing. It's nice. Yeah. It's good.
It's not the same date or the same time every month.
No. Changes.
Right. Okay. Trying to help you.
I got there at the end.
Trying to help you promote.
I'm just trying to pick out who my best friend is in my head. That's what I'm doing.
Right, yeah. Well, if you don't know them, then you haven't got one.
I've got multiple. There you go.
No. Your problem is you're friends to everyone, but you haven't got a best friend. You're right.
Yeah, spread too thin.
Throw something back at him, man. You've been defending all that. Right. You need to start swinging again.
Molly, where can we find you?
Instagram as well. It's Molly McGuinness, but it's MOLLEH.
And it's a go for me, anything like that.
Is your GoFundMe still up?
No. I think it might be actually. If you want to I don't know. How long do they work for?
Keep coughing.
I've got a work in progress in July. I think it's the 27th or 28th. I don't know, but it's on Instagram. In Manchester at Creatures.
Didn't quite manage to ask about the GoFundMe. Fascinated by GoFundMe.
I know you.
Yeah, it is fascinating. I feel like it's a thing now.
Just get it sent, bang, straight in, boom.
No.
Whoever sets it up can withdraw it.
No, like I think it took like a month or so, and they have to check put your passport on and that, and then it just.
Do you have to claim it, or I thought the person who sets it up gets it and then gives it to you?
Yeah, I set it up. Which makes it sound bad.
Oh, did you?
Well, originally Dan was meant to set it up, but he couldn't do it. He was too busy, and he was like
too busy to set up his best mate's GoFundMe.
London's changed.
So he was like, "Well,
cheeky prick."
I went, I'll set it up and I'll put your name." But then I realised it said my name the entire time, so it actually did look like I did set it up. But it was his idea,
right?
So I'm not too nuts.
So
but that was really nice.
Work in progress in July. Anything that goes out regularly?
Not at the moment. I'm not really. I've only just got back gigging now. I'm just doing like local things. I'm not like fully. But I'm getting so yeah. Nothing like big booked in episode.
No pod. No, but I mean no pods or nothing like that. Do you need to?
No, nothing. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much. Sound to the Patreon.
Follow me on Instagram.
Nice one.
Wasn't it comedy?
Just yours, not the pods.
No, Rob Thomas, the Scouse one.